I want to welcome everybody to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Come on, come on, come on, come on. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? We're here Wednesday, hump day.
Yes, sir,
We,
buddy.
we say your blast of holistic health.
Yay!
All
Yeah,
right.
man.
We're going to get started. Come on in, family. We are streaming live on Facebook, so if you have friends or family that did not get the Zoom information, tell them that we are on Facebook Live under Dr. Paul Hopkins or Bill 1L Morgan.
Yes, sir.
On the
Yes,
left
sir.
side. He is streaming also. So take it, share it, make sure the family finds out. We're going to talk about some really good stuff today. And like I said, time permit, if things are getting a little rough because it is a little weather challenge right now. Lightning and some storms are happening right over our heads. So if it goes out, just log back in. Give it a little bit of time. I'll try to log back in, all right, if it goes out. All right, so we're going to get started. Let's see, Big B. I'm going to fade on out, buddy. All right. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Everybody's doing well. I'm going to come off share here. Come on in, family.
Woo.
Everybody come in.
Look
come
at all
on
these
in.
good-looking people, Dr. P. What
Look
can
at
I tell you,
all
man?
them good-looking folk.
All
Yes.
these fine people's in here, man. What can I tell you?
Everybody got the Wednesday face on. Hey, it's a little hot out, right? A little hot out this
Look,
week.
I can't even think about. Look, I'm in the house and I'm sweating.
You
like a big
sweating.
dog.
You sweating.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
if you're
sweating, man.
joining us for the first time, this is the Family Tree. We say this is our holistic update for the week, and
Yes,
we
sir.
invite
Yes,
you
sir.
and say, let this not be the last time, but be the first time, but come on back and bring somebody next time. How about that? So the Family Tree, we call it, because this is the place where we gather around these ancient laurel trees. These trees were places where we got around and talked about situations, problems, networked with each other, but most importantly, we prayed, Big B. That's
Yes, sir,
right, we
bud.
prayed. We prayed
Yes,
and we got together because that's where things were. We were really called our social security.
Security.
You
Yes,
got to
sir.
say
Yes,
it
sir.
slow, y'all. Social
Social
security. That means
That's
it's
right, that's
not a
right.
check. It is your family. So with that being the case, this is your family tonight. We want to gather around the tree. You have a question, concern, anything you want to bring to the tree, you can go right on down to your chat box right at the very bottom. And you see that menu is a little heart next to it. You can click on that, get into queue, and we'll try to get to your box there. We'll actually put up your hand like Big B up there. Big B, put your hand up. There you go.
There you go, buddy.
Put up
Yes,
your
sir.
hand like Big B, and what you can do, we'll try to get you in queue. If you're someone that says, well, hey, you know what? I don't really get on camera. I just have a question. I want you to go down to the chat box also, and you can hit that chat box. And Prophetess, a.k.a. Finger.
Yes, it's in the house.
Who is in the house? She's back, y'all. She's back.
Oh.
Yes, she will get to it. And I'm telling you, we have a database of things that she has collected from all our conversations from the years we've been doing this. So
Yes,
stay
yes,
close
yes.
because your question may be immediately answered. She's got it all. So let's give a shout out over to Prophetess. Prophetess, how you doing over there?
Oh, I'm doing well. I think I got my body clock back in order.
You got your body clock back. So for those who don't know, you've been out for a little bit. You've been doing a little R&R, traveling, and a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it was a busy 15 days. I hit the ground running. I participated in the Episcopal consecration of my brother to the office of the bishop.
All right.
Then I
Congratulations. Let's
Thank
give a
you.
shot right there. Shout right there. Everybody
Stop
come
right
off
there. That's
mute.
what's up.
That's your son, right? That's your son.
No, my spiritual brother in Nigeria.
Okay, in Nigeria.
Wonderful.
Okay,
Very nice.
congratulations.
I preached.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I taught a prophetic class at 7 a.m. in the morning. And then at 10 o'clock, I taught 120 school kids from the ages of 3rd to 12th grade, the introduction to aviation. And it was just a busy 15 days and all that heat. Yes.
In Nigeria. You're in Nigeria.
Yes, I was in Nigeria. I was in Warri, Delta State.
Awesome. Let's give Prophetess
We're
a
so
hand
proud
over
of you,
there.
Prophetess.
Let's give her a hand.
Listen, I left Nigeria when the world was shutting down. I was there in 2019, 2020 for 2 months. And I came back January just as the world was shutting down. So this was my first trip back out of the country since the pandemic.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
good
Yeah.
to be on the plane and going home.
I
No,
got
listen,
you.
listen, no blood pressure issues. I took it every day. My pressure was like 116 over
See,
64,
see, see,
Excellent.
112. No
Excellent.
see.
aches, no pains, no nosebleeds,
See
nothing.
that's
Excellent.
because you was home,
Excellent.
Got to
girl. That's all,
got to
man.
go
Excellent.
home to the
You got
motherland.
to go
Man,
home.
I go
That's
home and
right.
get it right, boy.
And
Got to
also
go
Yeah.
home to the
you
motherland.
yeah, you rolling close to that equator. So you rolling
Yes.
close to that equator, and you're not going to have all those issues. You're going to start to see getting real food, real,
Yep.
vegetables. Yes, excellent. Well, we are so glad you're back and that back safely. And get some R&R. I know sometimes you got to take a relaxation from the actual relaxation that you were taking. So it's a vacation from the vacation. So we pray that everything goes well and you get back into rhythm. All right. All right.
See.
If you have questions, concerns, check it in the chat box. She'll be monitoring that for us, and we'll make sure that we get your answers question. We can't answer everything, but we'll try our best. If you're someone that's
Well,
calling by phone and you may have missed the prompt where it actually tells you how to actually log in or to ask a question, no worries. Just let us know you're calling by phone, and we'll try to get you in. All right. All right. We're going to get started, but we got to give our host with the most, Big B, Bill 1L
woo, woo,
Morgan,
woo, woo, woo,
a
woo.
hand also. Let's give him a
Yeah.
hand, y'all. Come on, come on, come on.
Big
All
B.
right,
Big
Big B.
man. I'm gonna give me a
B.
hand too. What can I say?
Big B. Ah.
No, you're supposed to go like this on your back. Like,
Wait. Hey, Doc. My arm don't go that far. It's gotta go right here. That's it.
yeah. That'll suffice. Big B,
Hey,
lots going
man.
on, buddy. We
Yo,
got
brother.
quarantine still going on.
Yes,
We're
yes.
doing good on our numbers, of course, with the flu. We're watching flu we watch that
Yep.
all year long.
Yep.
Things are jumping up with ticks now. Ticks are, starting to increase now.
Indeed.
So tell us, Big B, what's our latest numbers on the CDC on that side?
All right, man. Of course, I hope, as you said, that just now the flu thing is still it's kind of trending sideways, Dr. P, at 2.9%. All right. And of course, our outpatient respiratory illness situation is at 1.8, kind of trending sideways. That's our baseline. And of course, excuse me, where we go with our 100,000 people, or where the trend is for residents and hospitalization, that's at 1.5 for that 100,000. And of course, excuse me, we listen. Here's the best thing for me right now, Dr. P. I'm just gonna go there. No mortalities, brother.
No
No
mortalities, man. That's what we're looking at,
Listen,
man.
what you talking about? That rate for that respiratory thing, it's sliding sideways, But hey, look, I got no complaints, my friend. I'm so grateful the family is healthy. And we're doing, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're doing what we are sharing with each other and looking out for the family. I think that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Okay?
That's
Yes,
awesome,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir, man.
Thank you for keeping us up to date on that.
Always, buddy. Always.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we're still looking out for the latest on of course, the hantavirus, and it's things that they're starting to get a little antsy, y'all. They get a little antsy because they sitting in there. They say it's feeling like prison to them, but that's pretty much what comes with the case with the quarantine time frame. It's like a 90-day quarantine. So
yeah.
they're gonna have to sit tight because, of course, if that gets out, we don't want that human to human situation going on, and now we got another issue going on. So
yeah, buddy.
so we got to keep track of it. Of course, here in Philadelphia we have 250 celebration. We also have the All-Star game is here. Also FIFA here.
Yes.
The soccer is here. So it's a lot going on in Philadelphia, and it can be a hot spot at some time. So again, what does it mean to you? Prepare yourself. So if something does, God forbid, break out or anything, you're already building your immune system. So let's keep that in mind. Do the things that we talk about. There's some tick things going on right now. Y'all,
man.
There's some strange stuff going on with these ticks right now. They got of course, we're looking out for that Lone Star tick, which is the carrier of the Lyme disease. Okay, so if you have a pet or if you're out in your garden, make sure you're watching the ticks right now because they're saying that they're spreading and they're moving fast, and more people are going to emergency with tick bite issues. And how do you know the Lyme disease one? Puts a little bullseye on your skin. That's why it looks like a bullseye. Got it? So Lone Star has a little dot on the back, but if it bites you, It's got a little bullseye on the back, so be careful. Now, there's a special version of ticks that's having this big B. They're acting a little erratic. This is the one in Russia right now. They're finding these ticks that are actually attacking people. They're actually, when they're in the woods, the ticks start coming after you. They run after you, and people are literally running back, and the ticks just keep jumping, coming up. It's amazing what's going on. I think this whole world is upside down right now. But it shows you how we got to be prepared. So what do I say? Get that thieves oil, y'all. Get that thieves oil. If you don't have that thieves oil formula, Prophetess, maybe you can throw that thieves oil formula in the chat box down there for folks to see it. But we need that thieves oil, all right? Because that's, if it was good enough for the bubonic plague, it's good enough for what we can deal with any virus, bacteria, fungus, or parasites. So keep that in mind. All right, we're going to open up the lines right now. We're going to get started. We always start off with the testimonies. Because testimonies go a long way, y'all. That's why we say one shall set 1,000 to flight, two shall set 10,000 to flight. And with that being in mind, we say that somebody's either going in a storm, or coming out of a storm. No matter what the situation, we want to be in a level of encouragement. You may have gone through something in the last, week or so that said, you know what, I got to talk about this because you know what, my blood pressure usually is so high, I can't stand it. And it all of a sudden is down. Or you may have had some inflammation or knees or something going on. Whatever the situation, we applaud you because every great journey begins with one step. So, the floor is officially open. You have a testimony. The floor is open for testimonies. Big B, any testimonies on your side?
I have one. This is
all right, Cricket. Go ahead,
Hey, Cricket. What's up, Cricket?
Hey, first I'm going to give honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who's the head of my life. Yes.
Amen. Amen.
And I want to Dr. Paul for this platform. You, Brother Bill 1L Morgan. And I have to give, before I even start my testimony, a shout out to Neitha, her sister, Dr. Clarinda, and Brother Bill 1L Morgan for allowing me to listen to the cholesterol piece.
Yes.
I listened, I took it in, and it made me more knowledgeable than I ever have been about cholesterol.
Yes. Let's give him a hand. Let's give her a hand, y'all. Let's give her a hand. Yes, because that's a great segment. If you did not get the segment, we're going to make sure you get that link, and maybe we can put that link in the chat box down there for you. Okay?
Thank you so much.
No doubt.
And so
actually, Dr. P, so everyone knows, whenever you send out the request right now for this chat, we make sure that it's in every email that goes. I don't care whether you want it or not, or sending it out for you, because that's important information that everybody needs to know.
Yeah. So I had a doctor's appointment today. And yes, I had a pretty rough time getting there because I was on the highway and all these tractor trailers and stuff going in and out. But anyway, I got there and anyway, so I was going for my appointment with my doctor because she wanted to monitor my blood pressure because it has been reading high. And I agree with that because I was on it ever since March the 4th. I have been monitoring myself to come back and give her the numbers on today. Well, it was pretty high. Yeah, it was pretty high. So I said, okay. So she increased my medication 2.5 milligrams. I said, okay, I can deal with that. I mean, because I could see for myself because I was taking readings myself. And she said it was for kidney health because I had been presented with kidney stones before. So I'm good, Lord give us good sense to do certain things anyway. I know. So while I was there, I asked her, hey, doctor, what are my cholesterol numbers? She looked and she said, oh, they're not bad. I said, well, what are they? And she still did not answer. But what she said to me, she says, it's not so bad. She said, now I will take you off. And she said, because you haven't been taking it, right? I looked at her and I hey, the truth is in me, so it's going to come out. I said, no, it was not taking robostatin or whatever. However you say, some people pronounce it Ruva something. But anyway, it was that. And I said, no. And she says, well, it's good enough. She said, I would no longer prescribe that for you. I said, thank you very much.
There you go.
Amen. Let's give her a hand, y'all. Let's give her a hand. Everybody come off mute right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen. Congratulations.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Congratulations.
Hallelujah.
Because I
Fantastic.
knew in
Great
my
work.
I knew in my heart from the last time I was there on March the 3rd when she said, "Oh, your cholesterol's not that bad." But when she looked back at my review, she noticed that I hadn't been taking that rovastatin. So she was like, "Oh, well, we got to take another blood test." Hey, here's the blood. Go ahead, take it, take it and measure it. But when she said, "Ask for the numbers,"
There you go.
and she knew
That's
I
the
was going to ask
boss.
for those numbers. And I knew those. Hey, in my heart, I knew those numbers were okay for what I have been doing and taking care of myself best I could in that vein. And I'm told her I'm going to continue to take care of myself, and I'll that blood pressure medicine as well because I believe that I wasn't always on it. It started in 2016. It started in 2016. So to me, it's not hereditary. So that's what she tried to say. Maybe it's your gene, but it would have been before 2016 because I had lived up by 2016.
Yes.
Anyway, that's my
Now,
testimony.
Cricket. Now, Cricket, yes. Congratulations. Yes, everybody come off mute for Cricket. Thank you
Well
so much for
done.
that testimony.
Congratulations.
Well said. Congratulations. Every step. Now, my question to you, Cricket, what do you think is going on? Something you got to look at you're doing. Okay, it's not agreeing with the body. It's still saying something's not there. So what do you think could be? Remember, there's only a certain amount of things that could be here. So look at your food choices. What do you think it should be?
It's been what I've been putting in my mouth, even regardless of my food police at home. Yes.
Yeah. So you know what it is specifically?
And not sleeping.
Not sleeping?
Not hard at all. Sometimes one time I up and look at my apparatus, my arm, I had only slept 29 minutes in the 24 hours.
Yeah. So So definitely but food choices for cholesterol. What do you think is causing that? What do you think that you may be doing or getting into your space that could be causing that? Because remember, it's got to be something that's, something that's not agreeing.
Well, the cholesterol is not.
What was that?
The cholesterol is good. The cholesterol is good.
Blood pressure. What was the one that you said was high? That she put you on? She wanted to put you on higher. Blood pressure, right?
Pressure.
So remember, we know that. So now, if you're looking at blood pressure, remember, there's only certain things that can be causing blood pressure. You got the vessels, the endothelial disruption, which is the vessel activity, dilation. The other one is plaque buildup. Got it? So that's vascular. So either endothelial disruption, which means the vessels are not moving, or we got plaque buildup. The other one is going to be structural issues. Remember, structural is that back. Back problems, right? Make sure you eliminate the issue of back because that could be pushing that pressure up. And then the last one would be, of course, anything with the back. Usually when you're talking about T2, T5 in that area, that's where you're going to see subluxations in that area. Get to a good have you been to a good chiropractor just to pull that off the table with you?
No, I haven't been to a chiropractor, but I've had a DEXA scan, and the numbers came up that it was the spine and both the hips are a little compromised. The spine is more than
that's bone
hips.
density. But definitely, I would suggest going to bring that pressure down. Check with a good chiropractor. Get with a chiropractor and have them at least check you out, because that's something that goes unannounced, and it's not going to be recognized in the allopathic field. And I know that, Dr. Lenny may be on, and Dr. Lenny can't say it, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say
Lenny's
you got to
on.
get
He's
that.
on.
He's on.
Doc is there.
What's up, buddy?
Doc. Hey, what's up, man? And I know it's kind of hard for chiropractors to say it, but I'm going to go out there and say it. I see it. When we correct that T2, T5, man, that pressure comes battling down, way down. I had one person came in, dropped 40 points. And she had it for over 20 years. 20 years had high blood pressure. But when she started to get that spine area corrected and got the water right, guess what? Pressure came down. So, yeah.
Don't have that wonderful tagline that you do, Dr. Paul, but when you remove that pressure and tension in the nervous system, the body heals itself. It's definitely powerful stuff. So we don't cure anything either, but the body's pretty fantastic at doing what it does.
It does what it does, man. It
Yes,
does what
sir.
it does. We don't do nothing. We have
Yes,
no
sir,
clue what's
buddy.
going on. The body said, "I got this. I got this." So,
I
cricket,
understand.
just pushing it a little bit. I just want you to
And
really do that because I want you to really, we don't want to battle with this kind of back and forth with the pressure. And if you start to tackle all those things, make sure you tackle all those points because it's important, but structural is something that always goes unnoticed for so many
thank
people. So keep that in mind,
and you know
okay?
why it work? Because on your regimen I take, I've only had 2 colds since 2020, and I used to
Mm,
have them all the time
Mm-hmm.
because I'm
mm,
on that,
mm.
the
Yeah, yeah.
garlic,
Well,
those things, and I do it
congratulations.
every day.
Yes, thank you for that
Since
testimony. You didn't
2020.
help
See,
somebody
see,
today.
see.
You didn't help somebody today, Cricket. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Love you much, and thank you so much for sharing
Thank you.
that, because we need to hear that there is, success happening in small places that we're not getting announced or it doesn't get publicized, but people are doing well. So keep that in mind. All right, let's see. Anybody else on the
Anybody else?
line
Yeah, I
that has
have
a
one, Dr.
testimony?
Paul.
Hey, Dr. Clarenda, that
Hey, how
sounds
you
like Dr.
doing?
Clarenda there.
Yes, that's me.
That is
And
you.
and to go along with what she said, it's very important to know what your blood pressures are so that people can't tell you what they are. Because I went to the pulmonologist last week and they took my blood pressure with an automatic machine and he had like 168 over 87 or something. I said, my blood pressure's not that high. So she
Mm-hmm.
said, well, I said, my blood pressure's not that high. So when he came in, I told him, I said that my blood pressure's not that high. He took it again. It was 174 over 96. My blood pressure don't run that high.
Mm.
With a heart rate of 42.
Yeah,
I
how's
said,
that
Yeah,
how
yeah,
that happen?
yeah.
How that
exactly,
happen?
That makes
How
no
that
exactly.
sense.
happen?
Right. So
How
he
that-
finished doing his little thing. So I went to the cardiologist and I was sitting in the waiting room and my nurse practitioner happened to pass by and she said, what are you doing here? I said, the pulmonologist trying to make me have a stroke. So I'm coming over here to get the
Bob,
truth.
yeah, right.
So
Bob,
she said, just sit there in your little happy place and we'll take your blood pressure because they always take it manually.
Soon as
So
right,
when they
mm-hmm.
right.
took it, it was 138 over 80, which is
Mm-hmm.
high for me at the cardiologist's office. She said it's up because you're stressed after they tried to make you have a stroke. I said, I know.
Trying to
Yeah,
make you have a stroke. I know.
I
See,
said, I
people
know.
don't. It's enough disturbing to hear that,
man.
Yeah.
That's the
and
truth.
that's why you got to know. And see, Dr. Lynn, I
Yeah.
know you check it on a regular, so when you go in there, it's not a surprise. But some people who
Right.
don't take their pressure all the time, and they take it, and they, oh my God, you mean, oh, am I right? And
Yeah.
they're not going to have bedside manner. It's going to make you scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And if you go to your primary care or something and they're
yeah.
using that machine and your primary care doesn't have anybody who knows how to take it manually, because my cardiologist always takes it manually when I go in.
Mm-hmm.
They tell, well, your
Mhm.
blood pressure's high. We need to put you on blood pressure. So now they got you on more blood pressure medicine on top of the 3 that
Mm-hmm.
you're already taking. Now you're taking 5
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because it
Mm-hmm.
was a
Yeah.
wrong reading. And now you're taking all this blood pressure medicine and you wonder why you're lightheaded and dizzy, all of this stuff, because the numbers were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, there you
Mm-hmm.
go. There you go. And it
Mm-hmm.
starts with you knowing your numbers. That's why it's
Right.
important to take it at least once a day. So you know that if something's out of character, and maybe it's because I'm in here with all y'all folks with the white coats on.
Ain't that the truth?
Maybe
Well,
y'all making me nervous. Let me sit here for about 15 minutes and y'all come back about 2 more times and then take it before you say this is high blood pressure. You
mm-hmm.
gotta,
Right.
you gotta challenge them on that. And
Right.
with that, know your numbers. So thank you, Dr.
Yeah.
Corenda. Let's give her
And
a
I just
hand.
have one quick question for Dr.
Sure.
Lenny while he's on the line. Dr.
Okay.
Lenny, dry needling versus acupuncture for pain. What would be your preference and how would you choose one over the other?
Definitely appreciate your question, dear. Not my expertise to answer. I definitely think there's great benefits for both, and I don't. I've had experience with both personally,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have enough insight to give you. Oh, this is what I would recommend. From my perspective, just uh, initially would be the if someone's not been exposed, I would go with acupuncture first rather than the
Mm-hmm.
dry needling deeper, just to give them I guess a gentler perspective before going deeper into the muscle belly.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's definitely absolute benefits to both and substantial benefits to both, but not my expertise to answer that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's we can talk that and we could probably give that to
Dr. Eloise. Yeah.
Dr. Eloise would have that
Yes,
one. I think she's, I don't think she's on today, but
No, she's
definitely
not,
reach
she's not.
out to Dr. Eloise, and she could definitely dive right into that. But meridians we're talking about. I would say it would probably also deal with the person's situation,
Yeah.
what they're dealing with. So yeah, you have her number, right, Dr.
Yeah.
Eloise? I would say give her a call. She can definitely tie into that one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Let's see. Anyone else have
Anybody else?
anything?
Anybody
Anyone
else?
have a testimony?
Dr. Paul,
Yes. Who is that?
Is
Viola.
that Viola?
Miss
Hey, Viola.
Viola. Miss Viola.
Oh, I'm doing better with the pneumonia. I am at home, and they probably didn't keep me because it wasn't in both lungs. But my
Okay.
thing is, back in 1991, I had a embolism, and part of my left lung died. So your left lung has two lobes. Now, which
Yep.
one died, the upper or the lower? I don't know. Where was the pneumonia, in the upper or the lower? Well, I'm on the medicine and I'm doing pretty good, not coughing as much, but still bringing up a certain amount of mucus. And I feel a lot better, but I
Good.
have been at home resting. So I went to a foot doctor because I noticed fungus on my two big toes. One was a little more cloudy than the other. She gave me a topical medicine to put on, go back in 3 months to see what the effects is. She measured my nail and everything. My thing is, she wanted to give me a pill to take. And when she said that it has a tendency to sometimes bother the liver, I said, no,
That's right.
I don't want anything that's going to disturb anything with your liver. My sister-in-law in Des Moines, Iowa, has been sent home with hospice, because they can't do anything else for her after having stomach cancer and doing so many different treatments. I told her about milk thistle, but I don't think she tried it. And now she's at home resting comfortably because they can't do anything else for her. And when that liver starts to be affected from chemotherapy and radiation, I went through that with my husband back in 2010. So I know, I'm like you. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse, but I got a lot of common sense on a lot of knowledge of medical things based on my life. And,
So
that's what it takes sometimes. But
yes, I would say
chemo and the
definitely.
radiation didn't do, why not try milk thistle?
Yeah,
So just pray
absolutely.
for her that she's comfortable. I did send her some flowers because I can't get to Des Moines, Iowa quick by driving. So they told me I better lay low. But in the meantime, just pray for her. Her name is
Absolutely.
Deborah.
Deborah. Okay.
All right.
She's my
Prayers
sister.
up for Deborah. Everybody, prayers up for Deborah.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed.
Now,
Indeed.
Miss Viola, definitely when you're looking
Yes.
at lungs, I'm just going to say this across the board with everybody. We should be doing more understanding about these parasites. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason
Absolutely.
being, there's specifically one that is just running havoc right now. And they're seeing it run all over in people's bodies. It's called the liver flukes. The liver flukes, or it can be in the pancreas, or it can be in the gallbladder and the bile ducts. It sort of just sits around and it'll get into areas of all throughout the body, including the lungs. So I would say that whenever we're having anything that's kind of just sticking around, something that's kind of nasty, kind of just not doesn't want to go anywhere and it's very stubborn, parasitic is usually something that we want to do. Now, why is it so high right now? I believe that a lot of what's happening right now has a lot to do with the influx of the PFAS, the polyfluoroalkyl, which is all the plastics and things. They did do a study and showed that the plastics are creating beds of like nests in people's bodies, where parasites can now start to proliferate and live longer and nest and lay more larvae and eggs right in those areas. So that, along with the tapeworm, so it's the liver fluke or the fluke worm, or they call the flatworm, and the actual tapeworm. That's what they're pulling out of people right now at alarming rates. And I'm going to tell you, everybody needs to do a good cleanse right now, because it's really something that it can be a cause of many problems. If that fluke worm goes into the liver, we got a liver problem. If you go into the pancreas, it's a pancreatic problem. If it goes into another area of the lungs, we got a breathing problem. Anywhere that it goes, it's going to cause a problem. So what we say, get a good cleanse. And that can be something of your start for regenerating your body. You got to do a flush every change of seasons, y'all. It's there. We are there right now.
Question is,
Mhm.
should
What was
I
that?
should I get that pneumonia shot?
I don't recommend any shots.
No,
Yeah,
no vaccine.
recommend. I don't recommend any. I think you have the ability to do everything you have to do, right? Where the understanding with what the pneumonia is. I'm not saying that's your situation. I'm just saying in general, we don't speak on that. I'm not speaking in your situation, but I'm saying that we build the system. You know, allopathic approaches are going to actually bring the system down by giving you problems, by trying to raise the immune system, by making you compromise it, make you sick before I make you well concept. We don't do that. We don't want to do that. We want to feed the body and let the body correct itself. That means there's 3 vital nutrient herbs that y'all want to write down right now. Write these down. 4 herbs that you want that rids the majority. We say not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent disease, but food for the soul gets rid of 99.9% of all parasites. All right, these 3, write these down. Wormwood.
Yeah.
Cloves.
Wait a minute.
Okay, wormwood.
Cloves.
Cloves. Yeah. Black walnut.
Yeah.
And one more called andrographis. Andrographis. ANDROGRAPHIS.
Spell it again. Spell it again, please. Slower.
ANDRO.
Mm-hmm.
GRAPHIS. Andrographis. Now, these are the levels of the balancers that you'll see in most of the parasite formulas. If you get any parasite formula, you're usually going to see those, or at least usually 3 of the 4, you're going to find that in there. But these are the things that are traditionally used. These are the bitters. Got it? These are the bitters that actually parasites can't do. And usually when things get out of your way, things start to clear up. Systems start to move again. We are just infested, y'all, with parasites right now. It has become a problem. It has become a problem. So just do the best you can. Cleanse every change of seasons. If you got one, I got one on mine, which is the Eliminator, which is a start also. So whatever you do, we say fundamental rules or what? Cleanse every change of season.
Yeah. Do you
cleanse
Dr.
every
Paul,
change of season? Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Do you take all 4 of these or just pick one?
Well, this one here, we work together as a family. Okay. So at least 3 of the 4. Yep, at least 3 of the 4. Okay. See, this is a special thing that happens when some parasites you can knock them down, but they bounce back. Did you know that a tapeworm lays 50,000 eggs a day? Did y'all hear me? 50,000 eggs. Now, under distress, where it believes that it's, because remember, parasites are sentient. They believe somebody trying to get rid of us. So in distress, they start to lay more. So now when they're distressed, they may lay 100,000 or 200,000 or even 1 million. In distress, trying to procreate. That's why when you do a colon cleanse, you must do a parasite cleanse. That's what's rule of thumb. Always do that. That's why it's always been recognized, even in ancient times, that when you do a cleanse, you better come up with a parasite after that. You need those bitters, all right? So just keep it in mind. I'm just telling y'all what I'm seeing coming across my table. I want y'all to be very much on point with that. Do what you can do, okay? All right, family?
Dr. Paul? Dr. Paul?
That's all. Yes, go ahead.
The Eliminator, which you have developed, it has, I would say, like 3 of them in there at least?
Yep, absolutely. Yep, it's in there. So that works well right there. And that will eliminate 99.9% of them also. You know, that's why the eliminator is one of the ones that we use. And usually it starts to get the gut in order. People start to lose weight. They can notice that changes are happening because they're cleaning out stuff that's just sitting in the system. And I know people, the first question people ask, am I going to see something? That's the first thing y'all ask me every time. And I'm saying to myself, would you rather just see it or be glad it's out of you?
I know that's right.
You glad to be out of you because that's what's happening. It's happening, y'all. I mean, we are in a strange place and strange time right now. There are things that are happening, pollutants all around us. You have to focus on cleansing. It's not like you just can eat anymore. I would say definitely get that cleanse. Go to my website, shop.drpaulherbs.com if you want to get it. We are still doing a discount on it also. I am doing a discount. Do I have a discount code on that one, Big B? I think I got a discount code. Yep. Yes.
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
Why can't I find any Brazil nuts?
That's a good question.
I
don't know, Miss Viola. You can't find Brazil nuts? I don't know. I haven't looked at that one. Maybe I have to look into that. Yeah.
I've seen a few Brazil nuts in a mixed container in which you only get maybe, 4 or 5 according to the size of the container. But I've been to the regular place that I used to get them from was Redmond.
And they roast them in canola oil.
You may not want to.
They say don't eat many of them.
I figure they're coming from Brazil. It must have something to do with the ship.
Well, I would say a lot of what's happening in Brazil right now is deforestation. You know, is happening also, and we're fighting that issue. Of course, they're burning down literally in the speed of a football field every 15 minutes, 20 minutes. That's what they're doing. So we got a bigger problem because that's the breath and lungs of the planet. So if you keep knocking them all down, there's herbs that are discovered and undiscovered in the Brazilian area in that forest that haven't even been touched yet. It's untouched. There's communities of life and people and tribes that have not been discovered, or if they have been discovered, they don't want to be disturbed. You know, so yeah, we got a lot going on there. So I don't know. I'm gonna look into that Brazil nut. I haven't heard about that one yet, but I'll look for it. Okay. Let's give Miss Viola a hand over there. Let's give her a hand over there, Miss Viola.
Indeed. We got to keep Viola going, boy.
Stay strong, stay strong. That's right.
Sir.
Stay strong.
I'd like to just offer a suggestion for Miss Viola, and this is Neatha and Grand Risings to everyone. The castor oil and the clove oil does wonders for fungus on your toenails.
Yes, it does.
I know for a fact that it works, and we've said this several times on the Zoom. Almost every Zoom.
Every Zoom, right? Every Zoom.
Talk about the castor oil and the clove oil.
I just didn't remember hearing it.
Yeah.
And I have castor oil. I got
what's the mixture?
So
now the other one is
it's like Dr. Paul said, it's 4 to 1.
4 to 1. Yeah, 4 to 1. And also the oregano oil too. Oregano and cinnamon oil are both good for fungus also. Stops fungus in its
I
track.
have the oregano too. Yep. All right.
So, all right. Thank you, Miss Viola. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
Indeed.
Okay. Anyone else have?
Yeah, I have a testimony, Dr. Paul.
Go ahead, Deke.
That sounds like Deke. Is that
That
Deke?
sounds like that is the Deke.
Hey, how you doing,
brother?
Dr. Paul?
That's Deke. There he is. He always running somewhere, brother.
Well, me and Dr. Lenny, we missed you last Friday.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't make it. I was actually in a previous appointment I had. I couldn't get out of it, but
we let you go this time.
Y'all let me go this time.
And that's what my testimony is. I had 2 goals. One goal was first goal was to get through the breathing and the cold plunge session, in which I did. And my other goal with it was to I have to tell you, Doc, was to stay in the cold plunge a little longer than I did before. The first time I did it, I lasted 3 minutes and 39 seconds. And the second time when you were there was 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Well, let me tell you, Doc. Yes, it was a little cold outside, but so what? And it was and it was cold in the tub. But guess what? So what? When you know the end result, you're willing to go through the discomfort. So
yes,
as people was edging me on, I had to step up the game. So I lasted 7 minutes and 1 second.
Shut up. Go ahead, Dick.
All right now, that's
all
great.
right, Dick.
You
That's
go,
what's up,
Dick. That's
boy.
what's up, boy.
Let me tell you.
Man,
I decided
grow
to
up
get
gonna be
out
just
there,
like
so,
Dick, man. What you
Everybody
talking about?
come off
Good
you
job,
for
brother.
I
Dick.
know
Let
that.
me tell you, that
Congratulations,
ain't
man.
easy,
That's what's
y'all.
up. I'm
Yeah,
glad
That
to
ain't
hear.
easy.
Hey, what did you say?
Congratulations.
Man,
I'm
Congratulations.
sure
that's what's
that.
up.
One
I'm
love.
sure it.
It's worth
Hey,
it.
and I felt
Congrats.
great.
It's worth it,
Felt
man.
great right after. And the next
yes,
day,
See,
I felt great when I went running too. So it has its
yes,
benefits.
yes, it
see.
does.
Good job,
And
brother.
you know what?
Go
You
ahead.
know, for those that don't know, that Dr. Lenny, you want to chime in a little bit on Jason, a little bit about what he does and the breath work and.
Yeah, happy to share. So Jason Miscavige is he shares the story. So I'm not he had a lot of issues in his past with alcohol and went through a variety of different treatments with not much effect and help at all. And basically found yoga and then led him on a path that eventually found Wim Hof, who's I believe 27 different world
Right.
records. Fascinating guy and all about
Yes.
the body's ability to function at a high level and heal itself and building and boosting your immune system. Some really cool stuff. And it's gotten pretty popular and trendy, but there's some great benefits and it's philosophically right in line with what we're talking about here. Long story longer, Jason, as a business partner, they do workshops at different locations throughout the world, actually. And we just have it at the office. We try and do it a couple times a year. But if you check out his website, I'll get you his information because he and his business partner are kind of doing their own thing a little bit more now. So they're both great guys, but I'll put that in the link and you can reach out to him directly. But he does these workshops and he goes through the breath pattern and breath work, which is extremely powerful. He did some yoga nidra, which was new for us, but basically focusing on different parts of the body and bringing good energy to it. I've been dealing with some tendonitis since January, and my hand was humming for like close to 10 minutes after the breath work. It was very powerful.
Wow.
And then the cold plunge is fascinating for those of you that are, I get it, but I do it daily now and I love it. I crave it. It's great stuff. And then Deke's obviously a high performing athlete and really, continuing to push his body to the limits. And, I know he's had some great results with it. It's very powerful stuff, but it's really, again, bringing out, the optimization of your body's physiology.
Yes.
It's great stuff.
It's really great.
Yes. Thank you, Doc, for chiming in on that. And Deke, I would say congratulations to you, buddy.
Thank you. So everybody, let's go. Let's have a family tree cold plunge day.
Yeah, I know. And I know next time y'all see me, y'all gonna dunk me by my ankles. I know.
Upside down. How about that?
Upside down. But let me tell you, that's not an easy thing. With the first thing that comes to your mind is that I'm actually getting in cold water. And this water, when you put your feet in, I remember I put my feet in and I said, I'm actually going to get the rest of my body in here. It's a mind thing, but they work you through it.
Exactly, man.
They
Yes,
walk
sir.
you through it, and that's mind over matter. It's an amazing experience, but congratulations, buddy. 7 minutes is a long time, man. That feels like an eternity. I know it felt like an eternity when you're in cold weather. Yes, let's go. Let's give Deke one more hand, y'all.
Yeah,
Come on,
man.
y'all. Let's give
As
Deke
always,
a
congrats,
hand.
Deke.
All right.
Yeah, all right, Deke.
When I grow up, I'll be just like
Great
Deke.
stuff,
Dr.
man. Great stuff. Hey, you know what? I thought about because Dr. Lenny told me where to get the actual tubs. I thought about it for about 2 seconds, then I said, "Nah, that's all right. I'm gonna put one in my backyard, and I want to try to do it every day. I'm gonna try.
We have to get on Carol G. Make sure he
it's
handles the business.
yes, absolutely. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate you. And anyone else have a testimony? That was a great testimony there.
It's now
Anyone
8
else?
o'clock.
All right,
8 o'clock.
8
And
o'clock.
we've got
Okay.
people's hands up and
All
questions
right.
in the chat box.
Okay.
I'm back.
All right.
See
All
that?
right. She
The boss is in the
Prophet.
house.
back.
Don't you
All
don't mess,
right.
boy.
Told you when she came back, it was
Whoa.
going to be on.
Hey,
You
well,
you
see
know,
that?
Big
Dr.
B was
Corinna said
cutting
you better
up.
watch out. So
Bill-
when Prophet is back.
Prophetess, I'm telling, Big B was the problem. He was making it go a little longer. He wouldn't tell me.
Hey,
I didn't
Prophet, I'm
expect
gonna lay
it from
hands
him.
on him right now.
Thank you,
I'm laying hands.
Prophet.
I'm laying my hands on him right
It
now.
wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I
Wasn't
love
me.
you too, Doc.
I'm gonna tell. That's right. I'm telling. All right.
All right,
So
Doc.
let's see. Who do we have first?
You know what? Let me take a question off to the side. Val had a very first question up. She said, I have problems like fibromyalgia, fibroids, and many other health problems. I want to come in for a visit and can't afford both. Which assessment would be more beneficial? I can afford both, IMA or the urine test. So.
Well, a couple of things I would say to that. First off, I always tell people when they say, well, I can't afford it right now. And I always tell them, make sure you reach out to your family.
Right, exactly.
Because ask for someone to help you, look for a sponsor. You'd be surprised who will sponsor you when it comes to your health. Because, everybody knows that I will try to do my best to get you in there, and no matter what, to get the full thing. Because the more information you know, the better, we have to see what's going on. And you should get the full assessment because they work hand in hand. But if you can't do that, I would always say reach out to family and friends, because sometimes that's the first level of support. We know that's why we call it the family tree, but also your family tree is the people around you. And if they care about you, and most people do, but they don't ask. You got to start to ask. We say, if you have not,
because you
ask not.
That's right.
So if it's about your health, you can always pay somebody back. But the thing is, you need it right now. So I say, don't delay. Remember I told y'all a story about the guy that delayed that time? Remember I told you the guy that they found? I said, nah, man, don't do that. Don't do that. So let us know. Do your best. Give me a call, and we can try to talk it out also, okay? But we give the best. I say I give you my best. And that means when I sit down with you, I'm giving you my best. And I'm looking at it. I'm taking my time. I'm spending sometimes with y'all. Y'all know I've been sitting with some people for about 2, almost 3 hours to get this situation together. So we don't want to, narrow it down from what the services that are provided, but we do have to be coming to a realization that we got to do things in decency and order. So if you can find someone to support you, to reach out to you, that is, we say, extend yourself to family and friends that can possibly help you. Look for a sponsor. And that's what you say. Can you sponsor me? For a health assessment. That's what we say. All right.
And Dr. Vaughn, another thing that comes with that is this. Once they see you go through it, you become their example.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people have issues themselves and are afraid to go. But if you go through it and you get tremendous result, and guess what? You just help the entire family.
Yeah, absolutely. And
So
I can tell you that. Yeah, I can tell you the enemy is working on a lot of our minds right now. The enemy of
the mind is a battlefield, Dr. P.
Procrastination, delay, not wanting to deal and focus on, giving up the lifestyle. People think that you got to lose a lot. You're not losing, you're gaining. Got it? So it's not, some people will say, well, I don't want to go because I know I'm not going to be able to eat the food I eat all the time. But that's not true. You can still do the things, but you have to crawl, walk, run back to health. You can't continue to do what you're doing and expect to live a better quality of life. It's about righteousness and keeping your body and your temple sound. You got it? This is a righteous temple. And the body says, look, I only deal with the truth. So if you ain't dealing me with the truth, I'm going to show you sickness and disease every time. Got it? God programmed me to give you the truth. And that's all that the body's doing. So we just kind of keep things in perspective, family. All right? Keep it in perspective. Okay. All right? But give me a call, though. Give us a call, and I'll talk it out with you.
Okay, Dr. B. If one feels blocked in the esophagus, is there an herb or to help or time straight for wait a minute. If one feels blocked in the esophagus, is there an herb or help or time straight for procedure?
Well,
that kind of comes from Queen. You there, right? Queen, I see you up on top.
Hey, family. Hi, Dr. Paul. Hi, Big B. Hi, Prophetess.
All right.
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
So you're having issues with breathing or the esophagus? Or what's
going on?
No,
it's not me. It's my husband is blocked in his esophagus. It's hard for him to eat food. I thought it was his medications that he was taking, for diabetes, but it's something all well different. So my question is, should I focus on sending him right to the hospital? Maybe he need a procedure, or is there a herb that we could start taking?
Well, I would think definitely you think something can't go down. That's structural.
Yeah.
So you always want to get that checked out. They can just take a
Well-
scope and go down and check that out real quickly and to see if there's anything blocking, because you want to make sure there's no blocking. When it comes to breathing, when it comes to heart, certain things we just say there's no negotiation. You got to go
Right.
get checked out. You got to go checked
Absolutely.
out, especially when it comes to breathing. That becomes a respiratory reaction and can be deadly. So we want to jump on that right away.
Okay.
I can tell you that there's a scope that there's used, endoscope that goes down. Did y'all know that the endoscope came from actually a singer?
No.
No, I
It
didn't know
actually
that.
came from a singer. Yeah, there's actually is Manuel Garcia. And back in the times of the great opera, in Italy, the big cathedrals that they used to sing in, they had no microphones. So there was this guy named Manuel Garcia. And he was the first person that actually had said, you know what's going on in my throat? Because I'm trying to get to sing and I need to know what's going on. So he stuck a scope down his throat and actually was able to see what his larynx was doing like this.
Okay.
So that's where a lot of the modern medicine comes from right now. So he went on to actually discover how to sing and to speak, so that there's a Manuel Garcia technique that you never lose your voice. How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
Okay.
Never lose your voice if you stay on your voice box. So he came up with this thing, and he had a bunch of the greatest singers in the world. They were called the fabulous Garcias. They were mad. They must have been
That's what's up.
mean. But it comes from that scope. So this thing that they talk, it could be blockage going on there. Things like aloe vera gel can help to soothe if it's getting a little bit rough in that area. Aloe vera gel works well. Elderberry works well. They say these not the doctor street cure preventing disease is food for the soul. Also things like teas that are thermal, teas that are good for mullein, for mucus, mullein, something like horehound. Those are all teas that are good for the throat.
Okay.
There's also one, if there are polyps, if anyone's experienced polyps of any kind on the vocal cords, we use what's called cat's claw or devil's claw. That's what it's called. That removes polyps on the vocal cords. So if somebody's had that means, they're really straining. Like a lot of the people who are public speakers come through, and it's like we have a whole line of things for speaking and how to speak. So does he speak public? Is he a public speaker?
No, he's not. He actually don't speak that much.
Mhm.
But it's just that, like, I made him something. Don't matter if he's eating or even drinking. He's not doing it as much. So
Yeah. I would also at the second breath with that, as far as seeing if there's any blockage, but chiropractor would be good. So having him check out with someone like Dr. Lenny would be good to see if there's any cervical issues going on, because that does affect the larynx also. Usually around C6 and 7. Is that right, Doc? Somewhere around there? C5, C6, 7, somewhere around there. If Doc is still on, I think he jumped off, but C6, C7, somewhere around there is really dealing with the larynx and the thyroid. So it could be misalignments in that area. So I would say get checked out.
thank you, Dr. Paul.
All right.
Thank you, Big B.
You got it. All righty.
Fabulous Garcias. Fabulous Garcias.
Fabulous Garcia. I tell you, boy, when I grow up, I'm going to Fabulous Garcia myself. I tell you, man.
Yes.
I know. All right, Lisa up in the corner, and then we'll come back over to the side. Lisa, you there?
Yes.
Hi, I have a question that I keep hearing Dr. Paul say over and over again. Jaws and paws.
Jaws and paws. That's right.
Tell me what that means.
Jaws and paws. That means keep your mouth clean and keep your hands clean. That's the expression. Jaws and paws. Keep them clean. So if you keep those clean when you're going out, just be mindful of where you are, because little things can you can attract things by little things. You open the door, let somebody in. As soon as you touch your nose, you got it. Or you got the cart. You taking the cart, right? You walking in the cart. Before you even, touch that cart, you need to spray it down before you touch it. Because you touch that cart, somebody was sneezing over. Next thing you touch your face, you got it. Also, something like the gas pump. Somebody just pumping gas was sneezing. Then they picked up and grabbed that gas pump, put it in their car, and then put it around. And here come you, right around the corner. And you pick it up. And while you pumping it, you up there touching your nose. You doing like this. You got it.
So they passing their cootie though.
Yep, jaws and paws. Keep them clean. That's
right. That's exactly right.
My second question is concerning mucus. What can a person take for excess mucus?
First thing that I look for mucus directly would be chlorophyll. Okay, liquid chlorophyll. Liquid chlorophyll is, and you can get it in this traditionally used. I can only say that it's been traditionally used, not for your situation, of course, but just in tradition. Has been used for immediately pulling mucus out on contact. You can literally take a small bottle. They come in chlorophyll bottle. Go to an herbal store, go online, and you mix about a cap to 2 caps in your water in about 16.9 ounces, like a bottle of water. It'll turn the water green, but usually when you take that directly on contact, you've never seen anything like this. It literally will start to push it out of the system almost immediately. We give it to children when children are really, mucusy and they colicky. Boy, that stuff comes right out of them. It just comes right out almost on contact. So that's what I would do. Now, where does chlorophyll come from? Remember, anything green is chlorophyll. But usually this is coming from, this is some kind of alfalfa. That's usually alfalfa. I was trying to see if I can pull one up for you. But that's what we traditionally use, okay? For mucus.
Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my appointment. I'm coming in.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you. All right.
All right.
In the meantime, practice jaws and paws.
Yes.
Jaws and paws.
Jaws and paws.
See, you got to say that because you know what? Children
Remind
receive
yourself.
that real well. That's where it came from. It came from when we teach children. When we teach children, we have to do things in a simple way that people can remember. So, see, she just said it. She said, I keep hearing you say jaws and paws. So, children, when we say keep your jaws and paws, right? They're like, okay. So we keep them clean as much as we can. All right.
Why do people with medical degrees label herbs dangerous? And they always say, well, it's not FDA approved.
That's based on their thinking. That's their system.
That's
Your brainwash.
Latoya snuck that one in on it.
Your brainwashing is stupid and not willing to learn.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
You're not taught that in medical school. You have to understand that. They know nothing. They only taught how to prescribe medication and do surgery.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So, I don't try to answer questions on their side. I tell people to do the latter, do your own studying. Because if we try to figure out, that's trying to figure out somebody, for acting crazy. He said, why are you so crazy? I'm not going to sit here and argue with y'all to figure out why you crazy. You just crazy. Some people just crazy.
Just crazy. That's all.
Some people just crazy. So I don't even fight with it. I don't even get into it. I just say to each your own, get the information. But if you know something's not working, why are you still doing it? Get out of that. So make sure you get the research, find out what's going on. I don't get into it really.
Dr. Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I say something? About what I just heard. My mother passed away in 1980 at the age of 49. So anything that I know right now, she told me way before she turned 49. She said, when you walk into an emergency, you're a new example.
Ooh, you're a new example.
Man, I heard that.
Man, that's something.
I like that.
Miss Viola, you went to the bottom of the ocean on that one. That was pretty deep. That's pretty
something
deep.
that they've never experienced. So that's why they spend so many hours in the emergency. Because every time somebody walks in, they walk in with something new that they've never seen before. Therefore, you're a good example of what they need to do. And like you said, give you medicine.
Medical practice is exactly what it is. Medical practice.
Exactly.
What it is.
Practice. Doctors practice medicine. Wow.
Now, I got something here. I did find a chlorophyll. Thank you for that. Appreciate you, Miss Viola. I got a picture here of chlorophyll. So those that are looking right now, here's one that we look at. This is the brand that we use.
Okay. Why are you doing that? There's something about coming for. We were just talking about chlorine in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See
go
that
ahead.
one?
You finish this.
That's the chlorophyll right there. Liquid chlorophyll. Right. It comes in a. This is the brand right here. That's really good. World Liquid Chlorophyll, 100 milligrams. This is actually coming from. In most cases, it usually. Let me check it here. It usually comes from alfalfa. Let me just see here. Yep, usually it's alfalfa. So you just take a capful, and as soon as you put it right in your water. So if you got your Crystal Geyser water, that's excellent. That's an excellent catalyst for this. And usually it will start to upchuck almost immediately, comes right out of the system. And that's plant. When you know chlorophyll is like plant melanin. You know, it's like plant melanin. Like melanin to a body is plant melanin. So it actually starts to move that mucus directly out of the system, especially if you have stubborn mucus. That's one that's really good. Okay. So, and how much is that? What's that? $14?
$14.
Yeah, no, $15.
$15.
iHerb.com has it right now as a deal special for 8 ounces at $8.12.
Bam, jump
well,
on it, yo.
Remember, that's 8 though. This is 16. Okay, so that's the difference. So you're gonna do about $8 per 8 ounces, something like that. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
But that's a good brand right there. That's the brand we use. See right there? See right on top? What does it say? Alfalfa. There it is.
Yeah.
Why alfalfa?
What did you say? It's liquid what?
Chlorophyll.
Yeah.
Chlorophyll. It's plant
liquid
melanin.
chlorophyll.
It's the melanin of the plant. Yep.
Thank
Melanin of the plant. It's the, of course, melanin, of course, is the superconductor of energy, you know, and it's fired off by the pineal gland. Okay. The pineal gland, and that's, we know we have the pineal gland that fires off serotonin and melatonin. Same thing. So one's serious, one when you need to relax. So we all have this level of melanin that in our system, and it's based on the sun. So when the sun actually fires off, it charges like a cell phone, So that's why the concept of that is that it's the superconductor. So when you take that chlorophyll and it's highly alkaline and it hits acid, you got to go. You come in, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here.
Get out of here. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Can
So
you
chlorophyll.
can you just eat alfalfa sprouts?
Sure. But you got to be careful with alfalfa sprouts, okay? Because they go bad fast and they can carry a lot of, they can cause a lot of fungus. You can get fungus on them. So you got to be careful. Eat them, you know, don't let them sit in the fridge too long. So if you get alfalfa sprouts, you know, they can't be sitting for too long in your refrigerator. You got to use them. Okay?
But you can get alfalfa seeds and sprinkle them over soil and grow them and eat them as they grow, which would be the best way to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's definitely it. If you've ever seen anyone that harvests alfalfa sprouts, it's amazing. When I'm saying amazing, I'm talking about amazing. Did you know that there was one, you know, those cafeteria trays that, you know, when you going in the cafeterias and you got regular cafeteria trays that hold the plates, right? Well, that's where they grow the sprouts on. They put them on the sprouts, right? And just like Dr. Corinda said, they seed them, right? And they're doing this indoors, by the way, with light, with UV lights and things like that. When they put it on there and they put weights on it, you know, like weights. I don't know if y'all have ever seen this. I think I got a video of this. You take a weight, like the barbell weights that you use, like the circular weights, put it on there. And here's the amazing part. Sprouts are so strong that eventually when they grow, they have enough strength to push that thing
weight
up and throw the weight on the floor.
Shut up.
Ain't that something? That is amazing. To see it is amazing. You can see, like, you know how to do the camera, the fast photography of like, you know, how they go through a whole long period, fast motion.
Right.
It is amazing to see. But that says so much. What does that say in so many ways, y'all? When you come together
Yes.
You can be
You can
powerful.
do anything.
You can be strong, and you can, how strong that was to lift up over 50 pounds. This is how much they tell you. It's about 50 pounds that's sitting on there, and it's able to push it up, Big B, and throw it on the floor. And when they know it, they know when the sprouts are ready, because when they hear the weights hit the floor, boom, it's ready. Or they come back.
Best way in the world.
That
Best way in
is
the world.
amazing. I'm gonna see if I got a video. I think I have a video. I used to show a video in my class, and people would be like sitting there going like, "That is amazing." I said, "I know. It shows you how God can't see God. You ain't looking." How
I know
about that?
that's right. All right, Doc.
All
While
right.
you looking, Neetha's up next, and then
Okay.
Prophetess Neetha.
Yes. Excuse me. I just want to going back to Dr. Clarenda when she was talking about the blood pressure. One thing I do suggest, because I do this, and what happened with me when I went to see my doctor, and the young lady had the automatic cuff. It looked like a little toy. So I asked her, I said, what brand is that you're using? Well, it didn't have a brand on it. So I said, well, we're not going to use that
Yeah,
cuff
yeah,
today.
you don't use that one.
I,
Yes,
I don't even know
absolutely.
what brand and she didn't
Yeah,
know either. So I
yeah.
said, I took my blood pressure this morning before I left. She said, what were your numbers? I gave them. She said, well, we're going to use yours. Because I said, you don't have a manual? They didn't have a manual there.
Wow.
This was my surgeon's office. And so just always kind of ask uh, to see, well, what's the brand? You may not
Yeah.
know all the brands, but write it down so you can look it up, because they have some brands out there I've never heard of.
Yeah, yeah. You
They're
remember
coming up with so many, and they're not
yeah.
accurate.
Some of them
Yeah.
just cheap and you can't calibrate them.
And you remember the
No,
ones?
Yeah.
Remember when ones we brought up that time when I was telling y'all that we did the research on the one that was that the technology was the Oxyline? That was the only
yeah,
one. All the other ones were plus or minus 10. 10
Yes.
points
Yes.
on or off. I was like, that's too wide for somebody with blood pressure. You can't be messing with something like that.
no, you can't. So
You know.
it's best to always ask, do you have a manual cuff, or does anyone know? Do you have one? Do you know how to use it? Because a lot of these MAs or whoever they're hired to do, they
They
don't
don't
even know how to
know.
use the manual cuff.
They weren't trained.
They weren't
They were
Yeah.
trained to
trained with the
do it.
battery with the
Yeah.
electric.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's a challenge because when I deal with a lot of the seniors, they're even hard to deal with. Even when we try to train them on the manual, but they can't do it. They can't even do
they
the
can't
ones
do
with
it.
the
Yeah,
machine. So
shucks.
it becomes a challenge. Yeah.
It's
So
hard for me
that's
to do it.
yeah. That's why
Or
it's
But they have the ones that have have a spring where it springs onto the arm and then you just reach around and pull the flap over. And
hmm
those are, I mean, but once again, it's one of the battery operated ones. So
Yeah, yeah. And
yeah,
I
I
said
don't
like
like that.
yeah, and like I said, the Oxylon is a choice. That's an option. That when they looked at all the ones and they were very thorough with this. You remember Forbes, everybody, all the doctors, and when they did the Lancet, the New England Journal of Medicine, everybody has been saying that there's anything that's the closest to the real deal that people can do. That's something that they can service to be at least close. You got to try to be as close as possible. It would be that Oxyline Pro. So do the best you can, y'all. I know it's a challenge, but like Neitha said, if you're going to the doctor, make sure they're doing it manually. If they can
Or
do
if
it
you
manually,
have
they'll
your
do
own cuff, take it with you.
it.
You're gonna
Yeah.
use you're
Yep.
gonna use mine. I'm not using yours,
because
and
I'm
you can
definitely
insist
taking
on
mine
that.
when I go back to the pulmonologist.
Mm-hmm.
I might even buy him one because I like him. I've known him for years. I might even buy one for the office.
Yeah.
I
See,
just want to let you know, Dr. Paul, my
mhm.
son said, Mom, I think I'd like to take Dr. Paul's class. I said, well, I think that'll be good. It's,
Yes.
your
Oh
millennium
man.
class.
You know what?
Yes.
I want to get your son on here to do some exercise. I see him up there, the fit guy. He's doing his stuff. Tell him I'm following him.
I
I've been
sure will. And
watching. Yes.
Tybo is back.
Yes. I saw something with
Tybo
Billy.
is back. Yes, he
Yeah,
was
he was with Billy.
recertified about a month
Yes.
ago. Billy Blanks was in Harrisburg, and he went
Yes.
and got recertified. So Tybo is
Yes.
back.
Yeah,
All
tell him
right.
to send out shout out to hey man, if he can do a set, that would be great. Just
I
something like
sure will.
something for us here on the family tree. I think it would be more appropriate than anything to
I
have him
sure.
in there.
I
That would be
sometimes
great.
tell him I'm doing your exercises, but I'm sitting down.
Yeah, because you got to get it moving. Because if you don't move it, you lose
don't you
it.
know.
Yes.
Got to do
Don't you know.
something, y'all. And I'm
Okay,
telling
then
you, yes,
that was it.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Neith.
All right,
And
Appreciate you.
Nathan.
remember,
Appreciate
I'm
you.
lowering my hand.
Hey, you see a bounce off? Bam, bye. All right, Providence is
Yes,
on
yes,
you.
yes, yes. Oh, before you go there, I want to show y'all the Oxy line. Now, this is the only one that they've actually the FDA has approved. This one. This is the one that they approved, and it's links to your phone. So I want to show you this. I don't know if you did y'all see this last time. I thought I
No,
showed
not
this
last
last
time.
time.
No, it's been
Oh,
a while.
there have been updates to this. So come on in, family. Got more folks coming in. Let me see here. And also, let's not forget our fam over the Facebook side. All right.
Oh,
Anybody on the Facebook
yes.
side? Any
Yeah.
questions?
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
We got about,
All right.
what, 18,
All right.
19
So
people over there.
here are the Oxy line. This is the
There you
Oxy
go.
line. Okay, and it's
Look
basically
at that.
this concept is cutting edge medical accuracy. This is what they're saying because just like Nitha and Dr. Clarenda was saying, even the doctors were saying there's too much inconsistency going on. You know, and I'm taking it over here, and the person says, I just left so and so, and my pressure was fine. I'm not coming in. It's all they said there's too much inconsistency. So the technology guys got in there and they started really taking this thing to the technology level, including the latest technology and what's called VTech technology. It detects the slightest arterial vibration and accuracy. So it's the closest when they tested it, it was the closest every time to a manual than anything that they had ever seen. They said this is the absolute one, plus or minus one. It never got over a plus or minus one. So
That's
that's why I
what's up.
said if
Yes,
someone is to get one, this is the best thing and closest you can get. Now, this is the latest version right here. This is the new model right here. I may have to
Yeah,
step
that
my
looks
game up
nice.
and get the new one
Yeah,
because
no,
I
you're
got
right.
two of them at my home. One for my wife, one for the office, but also I try to get this and tell folks if you got to get one, this is the one to get. This is the Pressure XS Pro. Got it? XS Pro. Now, there are different versions. If you can't afford that price there are two other versions. There's one that's called the XS Pro US Army. Is that Army? Army and
Army, you're right.
Pressure 9S Pro. So there's different, these are the models right here. But as you can see, you know, the better you get it, the better, the more you invest, the more you're going to get out of it. Got it? So I would try to do that. And that's the closest you're gonna get, y'all. That's the best you're gonna do. And it connects to an app on your phone. So sometimes when you get this particular model, it will lock to an app on your phone. So when you go to your doctor, you can just take your phone, show them on your phone where your numbers are. Real time health insight. Got it? So keep that in mind. All right. If there is a code, I will let you know. But I remember we did have a code. Didn't we have a code
Yeah,
one
we did it
time?
one time.
We
I was
did.
trying. Where it is.
We
Yeah, it
did
was
have a code.
$20.
It's like
Yeah.
$20 off, and it was working too. And that was last year or two.
That was
Yeah.
last year sometime.
Yeah, but I'll look for it, and if I find something, I'll send it out. And Big B will send it out through the email on
Yep.
the transcripts. Okay.
Yep.
And of the program. All right. So family, take advantage of those things. You know, utilize the technology. It is helping us. And we know that everybody can't do, but we try to do our best, you know, to help each other out.
Try to help the
Okay.
family out, guys.
Help them out. Okay. All right.
All right,
Let's see.
Prophetess, what's on you?
Yes.
Prophetess.
I have a question. I have swelling in my legs and feet, in my leg and foot from an operation. What is good to help drain this? It's going down slowly, but they want both their knees to be the same size, but there were no drains put in the leg from the operation.
Yeah, I would absolutely have more questions for them, but I can just speak in general with, you know, fluid in the legs is the direct sign of inflammation in the lymphatic system, you know, not stagnant system, not moving, lack of exercise, lack of movement, circulation. It's a lot of things with that. You got to kind of unpack that on a lot of levels. But I can tell immediately some of the things that you can do is to get the system moving. You got to get the body moving. So, specific herbs that move that are lymphatic drain herbs, like the Mary Ruth that we talk about. Okay, the Mary Ruth. We say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. Dandelion root. Any of the herbs in the chaparral family. the cleavers. Okay, these are all lymphatic drainage things that move. Pau d'Arco, sea moss. Sea moss works. Yes. And so anything that drags like a dragnet that pulls that stuff out to get it moving, but it's also a sign of heart and kidney weakness. So they need to get their water right. Okay, got to get their water right. And most importantly, what caused a lot of the stagnation is processed foods. It's the junk food, y'all. It's the junk foods. You got to call it what it is. You can't get around it. It slows up everything. It just blocks up the system. Now, if they're not moving and this stuff starts to get thick around the ankles, it's going to start to fill up with, waste, because that's all that is waste. And we got to get it moving. If it doesn't, it will start to now at the last stage try to push it out of the skin. That's when they start to get the blisters or the ulcers on the outside of the leg. So that's a direct sign.
Rebound.
You got to rebound. That's right. And even if you're to the point where you're sedentary and you don't do a lot, just leg movements, things like chair exercises, get them moving, massage. Lymphatic massage works, in inguinal, in the inside of the groin area is where that's the one that gets blocked, and it moves towards the heart, always towards the heart. Never push your fluid to the feet. Never push it to the feet. It's always going where? Towards the heart. Towards the heart. Got it? So there's a lot of things that to unpack there, but I would say just get the water right. Green drinks do this also. Green drinks get it moving. Colon cleanse does it. Parasite cleanse does it. We just move the system. You got to get something moving, okay?
Thank you.
All right?
Okay. Excuse me. There was I think last week we were talking about chlorine and how you get it out. I think it was
Y'all remember what it was? What was the grape? Y'all remember you remember there was the specific grape that actually does this. You remember I gave you the example of how chlorine.
Muscadine.
Yes. Ding 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 ding
grape.
ding 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 ding.
Makes a good wine too.
That's a good wine.
I heard that. Go get them, Crystal.
Is that something that you gotta end up rubbing on you, or you gotta take internal?
No,
Great.
you take it in capsules. Yep, you can take it internally. And it literally dissipates the chlorine. You can see it. It's amazing what it does. Yep.
So you don't have anything to rub on and stuff, and when you go swimming or stuff.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
that's good thinking. But it's too much chlorine to be blocking that. That's too much.
Yeah.
So see, remember the body is just going to absorb chlorine. You remember I told you about the guy that did the sample? He did the test. He just took his hand and put it in some water. He tested the water first to see there's chlorine in here. It's high levels. He took his hand, put his hand in the glass, took it out, and then he tested the water again. No chlorine. Where'd it go? In his hand. You got it? You got it. So
I heard that.
that's exactly it. But then there was also a breakdown of how you can test for the chlorine, and you see the chlorine in there, and then you would take the muscadine. You could take the capsules, and they even had a liquid form that they put it right into the water, and it was gone. It was something about the muscadine grape that destroys chlorine. It's amazing. It's a chemical reaction that takes place like nothing else. Nothing else does this except for that muscadine. It's amazing, amazing things. It's like God got something for everything. It's amazing.
Going back to your statement, if you can't see God, you ain't looking. It's real
ain't
easy.
looking. You ain't got no time to look. And that's what it is.
All right. There's a phone number here, Dr. P. It says 561-3960. You there?
Yes.
Hello, Dr. Paul. Hello, Bill.
Oh, hey.
That sounds like Forrest and Angela. Is that Forrest and
It
Angela?
is
That's
Angela and Forrest. How's
Forrest.
everyone doing? I got to remember to put my hand down.
That's right.
Anyway, Dr. Paul, I got a couple of things I want to share. I want to say it quickly.
Okay.
First of all, I really pay attention. My doctors always say you're a very compliant patient. I really was paying attention about the circadian rhythm, that you talked about. And since my A1C and everything went down in 10 months, my goal is to get my A1C down to at least as close to 5 as possible when I go back, by the time I see my doctor in 9 months. So I started this month, I started really focusing on the circadian rhythm. And I think we got it done pretty good, right? Yeah, I drive, Forrest is a retired chef, so I drive him crazy with all my ideals. So what I'm doing with the circadian rhythm, I said, okay, I'm following that good. I'm doing pretty good. I think the way it goes, for me, it is 7 to 4 a.m., 4 a.m. to 12 noon, and 12 noon to 7 p.m. That's the time frame I follow, what I eat and when I don't eat. But since I got that pretty down pat, so with that, because I'm trying to get my A1C level down as much as possible, I said, let me add the dawn phenomenon with it. So since I've been following the circadian rhythm and the dawn phenomenon, I'm sure you know how that works. You can explain it more to me. I take my glucose, and I'm fasting glucose between 6:30 and 7:30, and every morning it's been below 100, be like in the 96 to 88, the 70s to 75, which is good for me. So let me know. I believe I'm doing it right. So that's what I'm following. You can let me know if I'm doing it right. The one other thing, when we talked to you about the eye, you mentioned the zeaxanthin, or zeaxanthin. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yesterday or the day before, I called them to Google or whatever. I said, what in my kitchen cabinet, what spices that we use all the time that's full of zeaxanthin? And it is, what was it? The paprika. Smoked paprika. Paprika. So, okay, so I don't have to buy capsules. I can use my smoked paprika. So I'm using that. Then I got one shout out I want to give. Mother's Day, my kids, my son Forrest, our son Forrest, came up with the idea to send me an Indian dinner for Mother's Day. His dad and I both got one. Butter chicken, all that good stuff. I couldn't eat it all, so I gave it to Forrest. He ate his, and he ate mine. But yesterday he called. He asked his dad, he said, did you guys get the package at the front door? We're like, what package at the front door? He said, it's been delivered. So go check the front door. So we went to my husband went to the front door. He said, Angela, come here. He said, 2 packages here. So he pulled the package. He said, these things are heavy. I said, what do you think it is? He opened it up. What is it? 2 cases of 35 bottles of Crystal Geyser water.
Go ahead now.
So I just want to get
He
that
knew
shout out to
exactly
my
what
son.
you needed. He knew exactly what you needed. That's right.
So I just want to get that shout out and share that even my husband talking to the kids, they're shipping us Crystal Geyser water. So they're listening. We're listening, and it's making a difference. So God bless you.
And after you
Bless
finish
you,
with
bless you.
Angela,
Let's give her a hand.
Wow.
Let's give her a hand.
Right,
Yes,
Father
yes,
Angela,
yes.
thank you so much.
Thank
Keep
you.
on the
you
toes,
finish with
y'all.
Angela's question about if she was doing it right, I have a question after you answer what she was doing.
Well, the whole thing is you're following the flow in the cycles. We all have our own cycles. We have our own different ways of life. So there's no rule set for any particular person. Just make sure that you know where you are at all times and don't break the rules. So if you know that 4 to 12 is what? Cleansing. You're cleansing. So you do everything cleansing. You go with the cycle. We don't go against the cycle. We go with the cycle. That's nature's path, nature's way. Got it? So it's always cleansing in that cycle. So when you get from 4 to 12, that means you're cleansing. So that's what? Fruit in the morning. Fruit stimulates. Got it? Vegetables stabilize. So the time that you want to start to now introduce the vegetables would be what time? 12 to what? To 7, right? 7 p.m. That would be what? What cycle is that? That's the intake cycle. Got it? So that means your body's going through, that's the time when I need to really give my body all that I need, because it's expecting you to give it the highest nutrients because you're burning up a lot and you're moving around a lot. So that's when you double up on your green drink too. Because you got, I'm moving around. I got this going on, stresses of the world, all this stuff going on, exposed to chemicals, all this stuff. That's your high peak time. Then you have the last one, which is what? 7 p.m. to 4 a.m., which is assimilation. Got it? Assimilation means it's time to get prepared for the next day. We're going in, so we got to sort of shut it on down and now process and assimilate what we have, get that deep REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. All of this is happening, getting prepared for the next day. So the key is, Angela and Forrest, just go with the cycle. Do whatever the cycle says do. You can think of them. I can think of 100 things doing cleansing. Just cleanse. But also when you're in the cycle of intake, that means you're feeding. Feed. And then in the assimilation cycle is rest. Got it? So those are the things that you can help you with. All right. So I think you're in good space now. I'm looking for good stuff to hear from you.
Me too, because I am my own case study. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
All right.
Dr.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Paul. All right.
All right.
I want you to listen to this. This is my question before I get to it. You can remember back in the days when there used to be doctor calls, right? When doctors used to come out to the house and everything.
Calls, yes.
That was way back when.
No, I was there. I used to do that. Before I was doing here. I still do it.
Yes, indeed.
Now,
some doctors do.
We're here in Florida, and you were up there in Philadelphia, right? And they made it so that you can do phone calls and stuff like that. Have you ever thought about coming on the road to get out to people?
No.
I mean to travel. Travel.
Yeah,
I mean, like come down to Palm, come down here to Palm Beach.
Oh no.
Yeah, man. Forrest,
come down here, and if you ever do that, and if you ever do it, and you decide to do it, right now the gas prices are crazy.
Right.
But after gas prices are down, come down and let us know when you come, and then we'll spread the word that we can get the people, especially the blind and vision impaired, because they would love to hear all the things that you have, that you already got in your mind, because I call you the walking dictionary. And I believe that you have so much there. So anyways.
I appreciate you, brother. But yes.
When you do it, like I say, my last word, just make sure that you let us know first so that we can have the first tickets.
All right. I just put Florida on the map right here, right there. I just did it right there. So we're gonna put that on there. Yes, I do.
Don't forget to bring your partner, Bill, because we know you can't go without him. We need him.
That's right. Whatever transportation we taking, he driving. He either driving, he got the train, or he gonna be flying the plane. Whatever he gonna do, Big B gonna do it. That's right. So yes, I go all over the world. I do stuff all over the world. And it's just I find Philadelphia my home because it's where I'm from, and then we have to have a home base. So, because it takes a lot of energy to move out and to do these things. There was a whole set that we just travel. We used to go to different places and different cities. I've done a lot of different cities, but again, it's hard to travel. It's a lot to it, and it gets expensive too. But now I would say that it just, of course, with all the stuff with COVID and everything going on, it just kind of shut a lot of things down. But, it's always the time that we can open things up again. I think that it would be a great retreat to have a treat somewhere like in the island somewhere. What y'all think?
Sure would be.
What y'all think?
That would be great.
I'm there.
I'm there.
Definitely.
Yes, we're going to do a holistic
on here. We can do it in Bermuda.
Yes, holistic health treat.
Now you said the magic word, Bermuda.
There you go.
That's
there you
the
go.
place I want to go.
Yes, sir.
That's right. So we'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Forrest and Angela.
Thanks,
Everybody give them a hand over there
indeed.
for chiming in.
Encouragement. Appreciate that.
Let's give them a hand, y'all. Come
All
on.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
All right, guys, coming up. Well, are we and Joan when we're at 8:50? Are we? And then Joan Cromartie. Are we?
Okay.
Akwe. Sorry about that.
Yes. Okay. My question is about the pH tester strips that you recommended a while back to me. Rocky, what is that? Rocky, they don't sell them anymore.
Which ones now? What was that?
I'm trying to think.
The pH testing strips.
Yes.
There's a lot of different ones out there. You don't have to stick with the brand that I gave you, but there's plenty out there. And I say to make it easy. I always say get the rolls. The ones on the roll tend to be a lot
The
easier.
rolls. Okay.
Yeah, the one of the rolls that there's one called Enzymatica, and then there's also Hydron. Those are two brands.
Hydron.
Hydron, Hydrion, Hydron. Because you want it, the other ones get a little bit more, double, triple, maybe 4 indicators. You don't need all that. You just need something to know where am I. And remember the hydrogen strips. These are hydrogen treated strips. So that means when it touches saliva, another one touches urine, it tells me how much is your potential for hydrogen, how much energy is inside of you. Isn't that amazing? It shows you how much energy and life is in you. So when we do that test, we're literally trying to see how much life is inside of you. And with that, are you building up or are you tearing down? That's what it is.
Okay, and the first one again was Indro what?
It's ENZY MED as in David ICA. Enzymatica.
Okay. Thank you.
And usually you can find them. I mean, hydrons go as low as maybe $10, even $10-12. You can get them anywhere. They're all online. Whole Foods sells them. Of course, you got Penn. Or where are you? Where are you located?
I'm in Philly.
You're in Philly, right? So anywhere you go, you can go to Wayne Avenue has them. Mr. Pollock Herbs has them on Broad Street. Anywhere that there's an herb store, usually, but you can't find it in a drugstore. Uh-oh.
No, you can't.
No, you will not.
You can't find it in the drugstore because
you are trying to be healthy. What's up with you?
You might mess
Thank
up and get well. You might mess up.
Thank you. So I did get your cleanse. I did get your cleanse system, and I'm going to start next month when the weather changes again.
Okay.
Why are you waiting?
Yeah. Why am I waiting?
You can remember.
What's up with you?
It's cleanse every change of season or the beginning of your new season, which is when you got it in the mail.
Well,
okay, so quick
that's
question.
Exactly what it's all about.
Yes.
So
that's
your system is very, is it very, am I going to run to the bathroom? Do I need to stay home?
No, girl, please, no.
That's the one thing I worked on. I said, you know what? I can't make this so aggressive that people got to put their sneaks on. I'm not going to do that. So that's specifically, if you look in there, I put there's what's called Cape Aloes.
Yes.
Write that down. Cape Aloes. CAPE. Second word, aloes. ALOES. That's not to be confused. Not to be confused with aloe vera. Got it? Cape Aloes comes from South Africa. I specifically get it from South Africa. And what it does, it actually is gentle and mild. So it's push, but it's got a female principle to it. It's going like, we're going to move this stuff. And then you're going to say, you know what? I think I got to go. And then you move, and then it's just gentle. It's not as aggressive. See, Cascara sagrada can be at high levels, can be a male principle. It pushes too fast. And some people will get digestive issues. That's why there's always a disclaimer with that. So it's all right to add. It's all right to add a little bit of the male principle, but not a lot. But the Cape Aloes in my formula, I got kind of the balance of both, but it's mostly Cape Aloes that's now moving it to a point where it's not aggressive. That's the whole point.
Okay, I'm sorry, Dr. Paul. Could you repeat? I'm writing notes in my phone, and I didn't save the 2 pH strips. You said Enzymatica?
Enzymatica, ENZY. M is in Mary, EDICA.
Okay.
And the other one is the Hydron, HYDRION, Hydron.
Okay, thank you.
And the best way to get all of that is to send and request a copy of the check, because it's all spelled out in there. So there.
Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Hey, I got one side thing before we go, because I know Prophets is about to shut us all down right here. Hold up. Right. I got one thing.
We'll get to Joan before Prophets. Okay.
All right. Go. I got this one thing I want to show y'all. I posted online. Oh, sorry. So many people online. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know all those people were trying to get in. I'm sorry. Welcome. I'm sorry. I want to show y'all this. Did y'all see the last show that we did? Big B, you and I did on the cheese.
Oh.
Did y'all see it? Did y'all see the one we did on the cheese? Y'all didn't see the cheese
That's
show?
Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday. We
That was
did the
Sunday, this
Sunday
past
cheese
Sunday.
show. Ah, the Sunday cheese show. So I got this posted on my website, but we're going to add it to the notes for this evening for the transcript. I want to give you a real quick peek of it because everybody was asking about this one. This is the #1 of all shows that people say,
buddy.
please, do you have something for
Send me the
cheese? Because this cheese, if I could get this cheese right, I could change the world.
Bam.
There it is,
That
right
is
there.
y'all.
Top 10
10
dairy-free cheeses. Got it? And then I break down. Also, go back to that show on Sunday that Big B and I did because we talked about how the difference with plant-based versus vegan. Did you know there's a difference? Yes, there is a difference.
Big difference.
There's a big difference. So some vegan, you remember, all vegan cheese is plant-based, but not all plant-based is vegan. You got it? So here are the top in their categories, 1 through 10. So for the best mozzarella, best cheddar, best shredded, best Parmesan, best hard cheese, best slices, best cream cheese, best dips, because everybody got something for dips, right? Best ricotta, and then of course the best snacks. Those are the top 10 in their categories. So download that, or you can go to the link down at the bottom from the source. There was the 10 best dairy-free cheeses. It was a link down in the bottom, but this is posted on my website, and also we're going to include it tonight. So if you ask for the transcript tonight, Big B will get it.
It will be there.
All right, I just wanted to share that with y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right, wait.
Dr. Paul, I have something to share about the cheese?
Yeah.
I bought some BioLife, and I was with a friend of mine in Florida who is a chef. So I left my cheese at her house when I came back to Philly, and apparently she put some in the microwave, and then she left some out. It turned to plastic, and the one that she left out, it never turned. It didn't turn. It did nothing.
Never put it in the microwave.
I'm just saying, I don't, but she was just testing to see what would happen. And then she left it out of the refrigerator on a counter and it didn't change.
Well, here's the thing. Remember, plant-based is going to be it's going to be a different consistency. If you see a lot of these cheeses, they're trying to do plant-based or vegan the best way they can. And some of them will have longer life than others. So that Viola one, they actually talked about that. So if you go into that link, it'll break down what they were saying the pros and the cons were. So remember, like I said, you don't have to do the cheese. You don't have to do it. I tell people don't do it, leave it alone. But it's the #1 requested that I need something for my cheese. This is the best thing you got right here.
Yep.
It's the closest thing to the sushi.
I don't do it anymore.
Yeah. I say, especially if you have issues with assimilation, if you're diabetic, if you're diabetic, or if you have high blood pressure, you shouldn't be messing with anything that's thick, creamy, or poor slow. But if you gotta do something, this is a safer choice for you. And you can't leave stuff hanging out just like anything. The elements of the universe are going to start to tear it down, or it's going to harden it, or it's going to do something. It's going to change. So, when it's removed from its packaging, you're going to have all these things going on. So just keep it in mind. Do the best you can, family. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
Joe. You're up, Joe.
Yes. Last week, this is for Anita. Last week, she was talking about amlodipine that wasn't good for blood pressure and hydrochlorothiazide. And I think she mentioned pregabalin. Well, I want to know where did she find that? Because I did go online.
No,
and
I didn't say it wasn't. No, I didn't say it wasn't good for you. I said that they did a recall.
Recall.
It was recalled. Amlodipine, losartan, hydrochlorothiazide, irbesartan, and I forgot the other one.
I think it was metoprolol. It might have been a metoprolol.
I think it was metoprolol. Yes, it was.
So here's the thing, Joan. Yeah, just like Nitha said, she didn't say that. She said that there's
Valsart.
Now here's the thing.
Valsartan. That's what it was, not metoprolol, but valsartan.
Valsartan. So here you have to remember, okay, these run in batches. Okay, so it may not even be a batch that you have, but that's why we said, what do? Check your doctor. If you take that medication, call your doctor. Okay, because they have to make sure that your batch or your batch is not the one that's being recalled. See, remember all this stuff is coming from where? It's coming from India or China.
Mm-hmm.
You got it? So you got about 90% of it's coming from China. Only about 10%, maybe 15% coming from India. So with that being the case, it's not that it's bad, because sometimes you're going to need blood pressure to bring that pressure down and kick that off them nerves from you having a stroke. You got it? But you just got to stay up on top of your game. When it comes to staying on top of it, every time you fill your prescription, you need to be talking to your doctor like, hey, is this okay? Have there been any recalls? That's what the pharmacist pulls you to side for. And they ask whenever you fill a prescription, they say, you have any questions? That's when you used to say, yeah, have you done the recalls? Have there been any recalls on this week? That's when you
You
did.
know what else, Dr. Paul, pregabalin. I have sciatica, and I was given that for nerve. When I was reading up on it, it said that it was for people who had seizures and tremors. Well, I have a tremor, so why would he give me that?
Well, that's what you need to ask him. Why did he give you that?
I
You got
plan
it.
on
See
doing
that?
that.
Right. So when you
Because
catch
that's
something
what
like
they
that,
use.
when you catch something like that, don't delay. That's
You
a no
ask.
delay.
Yeah.
You ask immediately what's going on. And also, especially when you see seizures and things like that, usually it follows with anything that's a psychotropic or something that causes seizures or something. Usually black box warnings follow that stuff. You'll see it on there, and that's why they have that black box warning. But people are not educated on the fact that that's something you need to look out for. So check your medicine, read the bag every time you get your medicine. Read that information that's stapled on there, because that's giving you the latest update. Batches of medication change all the time. You
Yes,
hear?
sir.
They
Yes, sir. Yes,
change
sir.
all the time. It's not like picking up something in the grocery store where
No,
it's the
no,
same
no.
product every year after year. Medicines work different. They change batch, may change ingredients, may change something. Patents change.
And the
I've seen a lot of stuff.
and the
Yep,
pharmacies will change wholesalers.
They sure
absolutely.
will. Sure will.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of cross contamination issues going on with now conflicting medications.
Yeah.
You remember Levert? Remember
Mm-hmm.
Levert? You remember they were
Yeah.
saying that was the issue that happened, because when he was traveling doing his shows, he actually
Eddie?
was Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Eddie,
No,
the
Gerald.
son.
Oh, Gerald, his son.
The
Gerald.
Oh,
son.
okay.
Yeah, because Gerald was actually traveling. He was traveling from place to place, and when, of course, he was going to different pharmacies, filling in medication.
Yeah.
So he went to, it was the Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens. You got all the different ones, and no database caught the fact that he was taking something that was crossing. It was an
Oh,
antagonist
wow.
effect to it. Yeah, that was one of the things
Wow.
that they mentioned. So you have to stay in your network, try to, because they do have softwares that can catch it, that if you,
Yeah.
so when you step out and start to go to other places to get your prescriptions filled, that's dangerous. Be careful with
Yeah,
that,
man.
because
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're outside of that, then you're now getting a deal, but you're also opening up yourself to a possibility of a conflict that they cannot catch. See, if
Right.
you go to your regular one and they say, "Oh, well, this changed, or the patent changed," or as Dr. Glenda was just saying, sometimes those things change, they can catch it. But if you're going into another place to get to medication and they're not used to seeing you, they might not catch it. You got
Yeah,
it? So
that's
so you
true.
got to be careful with that. That's why
Yeah.
medicine is not something to play with, y'all. It is not to
No.
play with. It is
And
not to
just
play
to
with.
add to that, Dr. Paul, just for the family tree, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of medications that some people are taking, like for nerve pain, Cymbalta, gabapentin, originally these medications, they are anticonvulsants, and they were originally used for people who had seizures. But they found that, oh, this medication can help with
Uh-huh.
pain over here.
Yeah.
So they no longer use it for as an anticonvulsant, so they use it for pain. But what is that doing to your brain up there?
Well,
Yeah, and
bouncing off the
that's
wall. That's
what
what you're doing,
what
Nisa.
he's always bringing good stuff. Let me tell you. So the Botox shot. You know the Botox, right?
Yeah,
That's
man. Yeah, man.
botulinum toxin.
Toxin. Listen.
Right. You know the
Listen, y'all.
Do you know what that was originally for? The Botox. You know
What?
what they using it to inject it. You know because they're using it
Make your
for.
booty big. Oops, did I
Yes.
say that?
Take the wrinkles away. Make your skin tight.
Yeah, it was originally for eye twitching.
Oh my.
Okay.
So serious
Have
people
mercy.
had issues with eye twitching. It was wild because when I had a nurse that sat down with me and we were talking about it, and she says, "Yeah, I was part of the original study group that was with that. That was for originally eye twitching. You know, when people had,
Yeah.
erraticness of their, movements in the face and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And then they found out that hey, when they were hitting them, your wrinkles went away, and now we're going to
Oh
use
my.
it for wrinkles." So,
My.
so the secondary side effects, which actually are a plus sometimes, I find that a little weird, and I think that's something you still have to stay on top of. Okay, so do the best you can on that. All right. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. One last
Okay.
question, then up in the corner
Okay.
with Yvette.
All right.
Andrea, what can I do for leg cramps? And then we go to Yvette.
Well, leg cramps, definitely magnesium, potassium, right off the top, along with dehydration. Okay. Dehydration,
Yes.
magnesium, potassium. One of the best things I told y'all about, if you get into a good habit, that yuca or plantain chips do very well,
Yeah.
because when people are usually snacking, it's the sodium that's causing a lot of these problems. It's the snacking. And that sodium, that little bit of salt that they're putting in there, that white salt, is pulling the moisture out of your body, and it's pulling it out of that magnesium out of the tissue, and that's the myofascial, where it's starting to cramp up. That's when people are starting to get the knots, and they twist up like a ball or they gangulate like a ball of yarn. And then it starts to get tight. And next thing you know, you wake up in the middle of the night with a Charlie horse or something, or I'll say it'll wake you up in the middle of the night. So dehydration, magnesium, and potassium. Don't sleep on that magnesium malate. That magnesium malate.
Yes.
That's the malate. Yeah, that malate is very good for cramping. Yep. All right.
Oh, I forgot to ask one quick question, please. It's not gonna be long. Can I forgot to ask about vitiligo. I'm getting some spots like around my knee. Look like vitiligo. Real light.
Yeah, that's liver. That's liver. Yep,
Liver. Yeah.
liver. Yeah, that's liver. But also, remember, anything on the skin is going to be liver. But it also is a sign. It's a sign of stress. Also, see,
Okay.
stress actually, of course, when you stress out, it's going to start to affect the pineal gland. Pineal gland is the melanin generator, and that's where we say, you got to sort of just relax a little bit. Start to act, and I'm gonna go one level deep on you. Start to get more into your female principle. Got it? Female principle. Remember, female principle is relaxation. So you got to get more. It's when women get really stressed out, you start to see the spots. They stressed out. That's what it is.
Okay.
It sort of goes hand in hand with imbalances of the thyroid also. So what you got to do is just make sure you're relaxing. Stay in your principles. Don't get into it too much. Creativity, imagination, production, laughter, all of those female principle. Male principle is calculating, logic, strict, rules, all this stuff. And when women are operating in that field, they tend to start to show those signs because they're operating in the male-driven world. And that can be a problem sometimes. So I get a lot of women that are coming in like high executives, like people that are running like districts, and I get all kind of people coming from high levels, and they come in and they losing all their color. They're losing all their skin. They're using spots all over themselves, and that means they're stressed out. So we try to stress out. I say you got to go back to more of your principles. Don't be cruel and calculating like this male. He's driving you out of your principle. Remember, women are relaxation first, logical second. Men are logical first and relaxation second. That's where, or creative, I'll say. And that's why we have to stay in our principle. That's what makes everything work. The male-female divine principle happens when male and female work together. But what happens is if we're stressed out in that area, and that's for men too. Men, you can't get too out of your principle. because it throws everything out of balance. So do the best you can to stay relaxed. I would say treat yourself. Treat yourself to a chiropractor or massage therapist and
Glass of
just
muscadine wine.
Yeah.
muscadine wine.
Muscadine.
Muscadine wine.
I'm going to a massage. I'm gonna go get me a massage.
There you
Thank you
go.
though.
There you go. Sound good, don't it? See if it sound
Yeah.
good, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. There you
Thank you
go.
so
Relax
much for
Dr.
yourself.
letting me get
Paul.
that in.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Paul,
How can you
one
tell if
other-
you have too much potassium? Forgive me for blurting in, but you
yeah,
mentioned
because we called
yeah.
on Yvette.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
We'll come back to you, Uriah. We'll come back to you. Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Good
you.
evening, Dr. Paul, Big Bill, and Prophetess, if she's in. What hi, Prophetess. Okay, I wanted to make sure I acknowledge you too. What natural remedies can you recommend for someone who has depression?
Well, depression, it has to be broken down. I say always you have to find out the root cause
Yes, the
of that
cause of the
first.
depression.
You know, because there's
Mhm.
different levels of what causes depression.
Mhm.
I can tell you, I can share with you some of the things that I see.
Yes.
Usually when I see depression, it usually comes from uh, areas of unforgiveness,
Oh,
abandonment,
okay.
fear. All of it's fear based. I would say you try to, losing grounding. I try to bring the person back to grounding, being number one, thankful for who you are and where you are right now. Got it? Because you didn't have to get up this morning. And I know we say that cliche wise, but it really is true. I see every day I meet situations where people didn't wake up in the morning, so I say you reflect back to number one, also not trying to control things. Got it? So
Mhm.
sometimes people when they feel like they're losing control, it's because they're a little controlling. And
Mhm.
we're not supposed to
Pull
control
this,
things.
turn this porch light on and
Yeah,
pull the
so
shade down, please.
keep that in mind, okay? So I would say an assessment is
Huh?
involved, and then from there we move forward and we start to look at some of the things that calm them down, bring them back into their space again. But you got to unpack, some of the pains and things that people go through. We need to
So,
talk it out. We need to talk it out. Yeah.
do you recommend like a specialist,
Sure.
professional?
Sure. There's plenty of people that we can, we say that are in line with that. Those that deal with, of course, grief counselors of all kind, because
Mhm.
some things are just really heavy. They're very heavy.
Yeah.
And some things are family heavy. What I mean, y'all know
Yes.
what family heavy means, that it
Yes.
goes deep, and some things are almost to the point where people say it's unforgivable for what went down, but there is space for healing there. Got it? There is
Yes.
space for healing. There's always space for healing. And remember that when you're balling up your fists and you mad at somebody, remember the expression goes, you know, you're balling up your fist to fight, but you know what? Blessings can't get in either because you're not opening your
Right.
hand. So
Do you
you
have a I'm sorry.
sure.
Do you have a
Yes.
recommendation for a professional?
Yes, I do. I would say call my office
Mhm.
tomorrow and talk to Ivy, and
Okay.
she'll give you there's a few grief counselors that I recommend, and she'll give you all that I put on the list. So I always have this because it happens so much. I have a list that usually about at least two or three that we have on a list. Or when people call, they can say there's a
Mhm.
recommendation. They at least set up an appointment with them. Okay.
And the grief counselor can help someone with depression?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because
And then
when you hear grief counselor, you're thinking someone who passed away or a loss
nah,
Nope, that's
of
grief.
not
someone.
always the case. No, no,
No,
no. I'll
grief,
tell you
grief,
that.
yeah, grief can stem from anywhere. That can come from
Yeah.
Mhm.
anywhere. Any level of grief,
Okay.
is, and that's part of the conversation is to understand what you're going through. Sometimes people are going through things and they're putting more pressure on themselves than it really is happening.
Right.
It's not as deep as they think it is,
Mm-hmm.
or they can get past it. They just need a little help. They just need a little
Right.
help.
The
Yep, that's
support
it. They
system.
need a
Mm-hmm.
support system. That's right. That's right. And then, of course, after that, there's herbs that put you in that space. We have herbs that are calmatives, the relaxants, the ones that give your, the dopamine, get the dopamine going again, the
Right.
feeling like I feel like I want to be alive again, give
Right.
them
Right.
cause for what they want to do, and to break them out of that stuff. Because I'm going to tell you where my spin is, though. My spin goes back to spirituality. It's the
Mm-hmm.
connection to
Yeah.
God. You get close to
Yes.
God and you
Yes.
start to pray and start to get close to God, and you got to
Right.
Yes.
submit. You got to submit to the Spirit and that say, hey,
Yes.
you know what? I don't know what to do, God, but I'm here and I'm willing to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Work your Holy Spirit in my life, and then you pray it out and you pray it
Mm.
through. As old folks used to say, pray till you pray it through. That's what they used to
Yes.
tell me. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yvette, I'm
right.
gonna
So
put my number in the chat. Could you send me your number? I like to send you something that I was
Sure.
listening to this morning, and I
Yes.
feel it was helpful for me. I think it will be helpful for you.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
put
Thank
my
yeah.
you so
number right in
much.
the chat.
I
Mm-hmm.
have your number.
Oh, you
I wrote
do?
it
Well,
down.
please
I sure
send
do.
me your number so I can
All
send
right.
it to you.
Okay, I
Yes.
will. Thank you, Nita. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Don't y'all love this tree? I love this
Yes, I
tree. I
do.
so do love this
And I'm
tree.
glad
I'm
Nita's on
so
the tree
glad.
too.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you so
I'm
much,
glad I'm
Nika.
here too.
Yes.
I need to be needed.
That's right. That's right. We good. We glad we vertical and not horizontal.
That's right.
Yes.
Right. Praise the
All right.
Lord.
Okay. I think
Wait,
who is the
Dr.
Okay.
last
Paul.
person?
9:17.
Okay.
Okay, it's
Dr.
9:15,
Paul,
9:17. We got to get ready to go here. Yes, who is that last
my
person?
water. I want to ask you about Nirvana, positively pure spring water. I couldn't get my crystal geyser. What do you think about that water?
Okay, what does it say? What's the claim to
Nirvana.
fame? What's the claim to fame?
Nirvana,
No, no, no,
positively
no, 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 no. I want you to read the
natural.
bottle. What's the claim and the fame? What's it say on the bottom? See, that's what you do. No matter what
Naturally,
the name and the brand is, you got to look at what's the claim to
From
fame.
the
What are they saying?
source.
naturally green, it says. And it says on the
From the
other side,
source.
positively pure and
Okay,
naturally spring water.
okay.
Bottle from the
I'm
source.
not
From the
convinced. I'm not
source. Bottle
convinced
from the
yet.
source.
What
I
are the
can't
I'm
read
not.
it in
ingredients?
small writing.
What are the
I'm not.
ingredients?
Remember,
I can't,
the rule
I
of
can't
thumb
read
is
this.
okay.
Bottle from the source.
Right.
I
So you
know.
gotta make sure it says bottle at
Bottle
the
from the
source. Got it?
source.
See, remember, bottle at the source comes from things
At the
called
source.
aquifers or geysers, deep in the earth,
Right.
untouched by air.
Mhm.
Anything can say source. Source can be the spigot,
I know that's
in the
right.
backyard,
It
or
could be
whatever.
the Schuylkill River too.
Mm-hmm.
It
It'd be
could be a
what?
river.
Could be so what I call
Anybody want,
the Schuylkill River.
A lot of it is.
So a lot of it
if
is.
anyone,
You're right. Schuylkill
anyone
punch.
wants the, if anyone
Oh,
wants the 8-ounce bottles, they sell them at the PTK store over at Rising Sun Avenue.
Okay.
Yep.
You can get 68
Okay.
ounce bottles for $11.99.
Okay.
That's
But
right.
okay, so I don't want to leave her question here because we got to go. So
Mhm.
I
Yes.
want you to read the label and remember, it's always the claim to fame. That's why I always tell people when we do the water testing, let's read out what's their claim to fame. What are they
Amen. Amen.
claiming this water is going to do? Is it spring water? Is it says
Ba-
source
ba-
water? Is it purified, filtered, reverse osmosis? Is it distilled? What is it doing? What is the claim to fame? Because that's really where we know we don't want to mess with anything that's purified, filtered, reverse
I
osmosis, or
know.
Right.
distilled. Has to
Amen.
be spring water bottled at the source. That's it. So if it doesn't say that, it's gonna be right on that shelf. still on
Oh,
that shelf. I
wow.
ain't
That's
buying it.
right. That's right.
Mm. All right.
Yvette,
Dr.
Okay.
Yvette,
Paul,
Never heard of it.
I Googled it. It says Nirvana water is premium, all natural spring water sourced and bottled in the foothills of Adirondack Mountains in New York. It is organically filtered through ice
so,
age aquifers, is in completely natural, bromide free,
low in sodium and high in calcium.
Okay, see, that's exactly what you're looking for right there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're looking for. So yes. So that's why you got to look at, and long as that's the same model that you heard what she just said.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of aquifers all over the planet. They're all different, and they're usually in mountainous areas, untouched by air where they're pulling them from, and no industry around them. So that's why when we look for, make sure you're getting the right one. Always look for a spring water bottle at the source. Okay.
Okay. Well, I got 2 cases to drink.
Well,
yeah.
Go ahead, slosh yourself to sleep, Cal.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yvette, real quick, Doctor, let me vet you back on what Dr. Paul was saying a few moments ago. When you wake up in the morning and you realize you're awake, say this to Dad. You know what? You got the nerve to wake me up. I got the nerve to do what you want me to do. Guess what? Things will calm down, because you know what? You're involved in helping somebody else be who they can be. Why God allowed you to be born to be here today. When you take the focus off of me, your life changes.
There you go. Amen. Amen, Big B. I accept. Hey, man, I received that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make a covenant with God every morning, because he has to send his spirit to get you up. You know what I'm saying? How crazy that is?
Yeah.
He don't have to say. He said, "Go get my child one more time."
That's right. There you go. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I think that was it. I think we had. Was Araya still there? I think she had
she's
one
still
real
there.
quick question. Araya?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. What was your question?
I just wanted to know, how can you tell if you have too much potassium or too little potassium? Because both conditions have similar effects.
Well, first of all, you get tested. That's the first thing. You know, you can test your levels. You can get that through your labs. You can see where your potassium levels are. When you know that you're deficient, you're going to cramp up. Those are the things.
You're going to what?
Cramp up. Cramp up.
Oh.
Cramp up. Yeah, you're cramping up. You know, that's where potassium, of course, the lack of potassium is what causes the muscles to contract. So that's where you want to make sure that if you're getting cramps, if you got some muscles just tense up, you get the knots in the legs, all that stuff. That's too much. That's potassium you're losing. That's why people say when you cramp up, take a banana. Yep. You've heard that? Because bananas have a lot of
bananas when my potassium is low.
There you go. So to be sure, get tested. But remember, if your levels are too high in potassium, you got to get your water right. Okay, that means you're not flushing properly. There's an imbalance there. There's something else going on. So I would start to focus on the water. Get your water right. Okay, because usually when that happens, that's it's starting to get into a whole nother level. When you get too high levels of potassium. So, that can cause issues with the kidneys. Yeah. Okay.
All right, boss.
Thank you so much.
All right,
and I agree 100% with that prayer. Nothing works for depression like prayer.
That's right. Amen on that. That's right. That's right. Praying on out of here.
Well,
send me your number, Yvette.
All right, man. We are done.
All right.
We got that last
Big
one out.
B, that's it, man. And I think Prophetess gave up on us. She didn't.
No, she's still hanging.
She's being nice today.
She's gonna get the hammer.
She going like this, Big B. She said, she got a belt over there like this. She like, all right, Big B, load us up, buddy. How can family be a participant with the family tree? And also, remember, family, let's not forget, Big B is over there working hard, making sure that these programs go up on Facebook, but also on YouTube and all that editing that he's doing. We're looking for, hey, if you can donate something to him, we appreciate that. So Big B, tell them how they can be a part of the family tree and help us keep this thing going. All right.
You got it, my friend. Guys, in order to get a copy, it's nice. Chat. First of all, you got to do it. You got to send me an email. You send that email to mechavideo@gmail.com. Again, mechavideo@gmail.com. And to support the family tree, you want to use my Cash App, guys. And that is $VILMORGAN. Again, $VILMORGAN. If it's through your bank, that bank ID with Zelle is Mecca macavideo@comcast.net. Again, macavideo@comcast.net. And finally, you can reach us over here at our post office box here in Mullica Hill. That's Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. And finally, P.O. Box, Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Bring your friends, bring enemies, bring your friends, bring everybody. Right here to the assembly tree. It's on you.
All right. Did y'all learn anything tonight? Put your hands together, family. Did you learn anything? All right. I want to thank y'all so much for chiming in with us and hanging with us this evening. And it looked like the weather did participate with us a little bit.
Yeah,
we did all right.
I got kicked out, but I came back in. But,
oh, you did? Oh, wow. You
didn't miss me,
I didn't even know you. I didn't miss you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. It said boink and
I thought about you. I'm sorry. All right. Well, say, hey, family, take this information. We charge you really with nothing but the truth. Go share this information. Give it to your family and friends. I want to say thank you to Prophetess, a.k.a. Fingers, who's back in town. Yes, let's give her a hand.
Miss your fingers.
Prophetess, yes. Thank you for being nice this evening.
Yes.
And of course, our host with the most. Let's give him Big B, Bill 1L Morgan a hand.
Yo, man.
Come on, Big B. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. And thank you so much, family. We say shake this information, share it with somebody. You know the information is critical and it deals with a life that may be your own or the family that's close to you. So take this information, share it. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing, you got a shot.
Got a shot? Yes,
All right. Come on. We're going to dance this out because Marcy's looking at me like this. Come on. Tap, tap. Tap, tap.
Marcy's it. Tap.
Come on down.
Yep.
There you go. That's right. Y'all got to tap every morning. Just a little Qigong. Come on. Tap. Come on. Tap. Come on now. Tap. All right. This side. Come on.
I'll do your will.
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Come on, other side. Tap.
Don't you leave it.
That's right. On the inside. All right. Shake it out. Come on. There you go. Good. Breathe in.
And let's fly away. Come on.
Breathe out. Good. Breathe in.
Come on, girl. I need
Breathe out. Good. Breathe in. One more. And breathe out. And shake it out. Move those shoulders, y'all. Good. All right, let's get a little energy here. Back. Good. Feel that energy? Get that heat going. Thanks to the Facebook fam over there. We appreciate y'all. Chiming in.
Karen.
Back. And rubbing on down. Good. Feel that energy? Feel all that energy. Yeah. Put that over your area where you got pain.
The valve over there.
The joints.
You got Hannah over there.
Shoulders. Knees.
Karen over there on Facebook. KK on Facebook. Everybody doing it, brother. Yeah. We got Nasir over there.
One more.
Big verses over there.
And stop.
Brenda Moore over there.
With the bottom one still, move the top one. You feel that energy? That's your energy, y'all. Take that with good intentions. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And thanks for tuning in to the Family Tree. All right, Big D, we got a delay this weekend. We won't be on Family Tree. We'll be here next week, but no green hour this week. But we'll make sure the Dr. Paul show we will be on. All right?
Yeah, sure. I got you, buddy.
All right.
You got it, man.
All right, we'll see y'all. Let's see who can dance out there. All right. Go, Marcy. 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 All right. 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 All right, Jones. Go, 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 Jones. That's right. That's right. Go, Jones. Go, Jones. She in the chair, Big B. She's jamming.
I know that's right. Jones, you can't play me. I got this.
All right, all right. All right. All right. Is that Queen over there? Is that Queen over there? Is that Queen?
Yep.
Hey, Queen. Go, Queen. Go, Queen. Go, Queen. Go, Queen. Go, Queen. Go, Queen. Yeah, dude.
Queen say I'm 90, but I can still roll.
That's 95 right there. That's right. That's right. That's right. Great. All right, Big B. All right, just bring it on home, Big B. Go, 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 Big B. That's right. Break it down. That's right.
I'm gonna rip it out.
Oh, yeah, you're breaking it down, brother. All right. All right, we're going to shut it all down. I appreciate y'all so much. I had so much fun with y'all. I tell you. All right, we're going to shut it all down. 10.
Yes.
9.
You got it now.
8.
I heard it now.
7.
Yeah.
6.
All right. Now.
5.
Okay. Now.
4.
Come on, yo.
3.
Come on, yeah.
2.
I know that's right.
And 1. We'll see y'all. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. We'll see you next week on the family. 3.
Yeah, but
all right. Come on. Yeah. All right. Love, peace, and hair grease. We'll see y'all next week. All right, Big B. We'll see you, buddy.
You got it, buddy.
Love y'all.